Ali says oi oi.
Oi, oi, sunshine. I am Johnny Massacre and welcome to my world tonight. I don't know where to start, but the news is Donald Trump is doing amazing. Elon Musk with Donald Trump is changing the world and changing the way we look at government forever and tearing down the horrible corrupt system in a manner and I'm assuming you, never thought we would see in our lifetimes. Who is with me? Give me a hell yeah! Oh my Lord, have mercy, man. The news is buck wild and crazy. I do not know where to start. I honestly do not know where to start, Massacre mates. But start we must. So, yeah, I could have made an organized show with loads of news that flows and segues into one another, but there is too much news, and that is a sign and symptom of the fact Donald Trump is changing the world right now. I cannot believe what I am seeing. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Let me read you the title of this video, the description that I just wrote off the top of my dome to give you a rough idea of what is going on. Elon Musk and Donald Trump have libertarians in dreamland as they audit the government, expose the fraud, dismantle all DEI departments, move to end wars, bring in insane amounts of investment, and make the government, and this is key, transparent in a way the founders would have wanted, but we are so far from in 2025. Elon Musk is literally auditing the US government in the most transparent way. Every single dodgy payment the government's making, fraudulent payment, he is cutting in real time. There's a bunch of websites you can go to right now, I'm going to show you them later, where you can see in real time exactly what the government has spent and exactly what the government is now cutting funding for. This is the very definition of a republic. America is a republic. People often say it's not a democracy, it's a republic. What does a republic mean? A republic means represent the public, represent the people. The people obviously can't run the country on their own, so they elect a group of people, representatives, to run their country on their behalf. That's what it's supposed to be in theory, but we've gotten to the point in 2025, there's so much disgusting corruption that we can't see where any of the payments are going, but now you can see where they're all going in real time. I'm going to show you the web link in a minute. I never thought I'd see this in my lifetime. Not in my wildest dreams did I think this would actually happen. And Donald Trump was being the nice guy on his first term. He was being the nice guy. He was playing ball, but they had to go to try to bankrupt him, arrest him, destroy his family, and assassinate him. And by doing that, they left Donald Trump with no choice but to take down their hideous corruption. Otherwise, he is going to be the one taken down. So thank you, Democrats, for eeling stay the anti-Tway election. You did us a huge favor in revealing how disgusting, devilish and demonic you are. Donald Trump is doing what he was elected to do. It is an absolute mandate. The people voted to strip down the size of government, reduce it, and get rid of the ridiculous spending, get rid of the fraud. Donald Trump is doing it in real time. Crazy stuff is going on. Crazy stuff is going on. There's so much news. I do not know where to start, but Elon Musk is kicking ass. One of the bravest people on the planet. He didn't have to do this. He has $400 billion and Democrats are screeching. And note, the ones who are screeching loudest are the most corrupt ones who have a disproportionate net worth in line with their salary. So you have people like Maxine Waters, consistently voted as one of the most corrupt Congress people in the history of the United States. She's coming out of her coffin and she's dusting off the cobwebs and she's trying to say that Elon Musk is bad. This is like someone going into your house and stealing all the stuff in your house, and then you put on a video camera, you play the video camera footage and you say, okay, this is the person who stole this from your house, and then the person whose house it is saying, no, I don't want to have the stuff back that was stolen. Why are you showing who the thieves are? That's what Democrats are doing right now. Chuck Schumer's coming out and protesting Elon Musk showing us how our money was spent and where it was stolen. Chuck Schumer protesting that. You've got all these corrupt Democrats coming out, and it's delicious. Democrats have nothing left. It's like the scene where the Batman, who are Republicans, beats the shit out of the Joker in The Dark Knight, and the Joker says, you have nothing left. You have nothing left because the Joker cannot be bought. He doesn't want money. He burned a shitload of cash in that movie, bruv. It's the same with Elon Musk. He has more money than anyone else in the world. He cannot be bought. He cannot be bargained with. He cannot be reasoned with. He's just sleeping on the floor of a DC office to try to save your ass and save the world. And that's how some people thank him. He's doing it for the world. He's doing it for the people. And he cannot be bought. And Democrats don't know what to do because all of them are bought and paid for and corrupt. That's the only language that they speak. Now we have this anomaly, this glitch in the matrix. Elon Musky, he's tearing down the whole system. They cannot buy him. They cannot bribe him. And they brought it upon themselves. They didn't give him any spotlight at all. And he's literally the most productive man in the world and has the best technology in the world. And the leading country will always have the best technology, and they completely put him in the shadows. They ignored him. Any electric vehicle summit or any of that stuff, they didn't invite him. They did it to themselves, and they're hubris. Democrats are, I'm sorry, but they're just disgusting day. They're just disgusting day, equal pay. I'm sorry. The proper Dems, dyed in the wool Dems are disgusting day. That's all I can say, straight up. Donald Trump is doing what he said he was going to do. He's now bringing charges against Kristi Noem, Secretary of Homeland Security. She's now pressing charges against Kathy Hochul, that corrupt, absolutely horrible politician that basically tried to end Trump's career, because she and that hippopotamus-looking itch-bay, what's her name again? The one who brought the lawsuit against Donald Trump, Letitia James. Those two kept allowing funding to go towards illegal in their state when it is now against the law due to Donald Trump and the executive orders he has signed. And so now Donald Trump is actually going after people who are breaking the law in these so-called sanctuary cities and not doing what is just and moral and legal. All these things that are going on is absolutely batshit crazy, and I'm here for all of it. It's so delicious and tasty. It's mad because some of the normies still aren't aware of this stuff. They still aren't aware of the fact how unbelievably corrupt the US government is. Literally, not one single program is above board, any of them that Elon Musk has looked at. One agency, maybe some programs are above board, the majority aren't. There's no agency or organization who is doing anything proper. Every single one is dodgy as hell, sketchy as hell, and corrupt as hell. We're actually seeing how the system works. Elon Musk explained in an amazing press conference with Donald Trump. He was in the presidential office and he was flanking Donald Trump, and they were having a press conference together out in the open. All the Democrats are screeching, meanwhile, that, we didn't vote for Elon Musk. Actually, yes, we did vote for Elon Musk. You go back and watch my videos pre-election. I said it's 6 for the price of 1. We get the Trumpster. We get Elon Musky, we get Vivek, we get RFK, we get Tulsi Gabbard, and we get JD Vance. We get 6 for the price of 1. I said that from the start. We voted for Elon Musk. We wanted him to come in, and we wanted him to find the fraud, and we wanted him to audit the government. It's so good. It's so fucking good. That's literally what is happening. And to the point where in this press conference, Elon Musk is actually making the republic a republic again. He's actually showing us where the money... This is a crazy idea, everyone. I know you've got used to your current state of like soft tyranny over the years by degrees, being the boiling frog in the pot and all, to use a cliched metaphor. But bruv, it's actually not normal to not know where your money is going, and then for the people you gave it to not want to tell you where it's going, and for the people who you gave it to have a salary of under $200,000 a year and have a net worth of like 50 million plus. AOC and Schumer and Nancy Pelosi and Ilhan Omar. I'm looking at you. So Elon Musk came out in his press conference with the Trumpster, and he said the Treasury Department, which basically signs the checks and sends your money out to its final destination, it doesn't even have a code for any transaction at all. So nobody knows like what the money fucking was or where it went. It's almost as if the entire system that you're a part of has been set up to steal all your money, and every single place the money ended up was quite simply a giant money laundering operation. So they can skim off all the cream, like 90%, and leave you with a warm, flat piss beer. Circa England, 1812. That's basically what's been going on. And they're angry that Elon Musk is showing you how your money was spent. And the crazy thing is, with every single scream and screech the Democrats make, they get one step further and further away from ever retaining power again. They've got nothing now. In the face of transparency and sunlight, these cockroaches, these vampires are screaming and squirming and melting, and they're making themselves look exponentially worse every second. I love it. I love it. Into my veins with this. Into my veins. And those who have seen some of this news and still can't really work out what's going on or don't even really care about it, do you have a pulse? Do you have a pulse? Because this is the most momentous shit of our lives. We can finally see how the system works. And there's no going back. Now that Elon has committed to this and Trump, they can't do it at 50%. Their lives literally depend on it, as you've seen by the myriad death threats on that astroturfed USAID funded hole shay Reddit and all the F-day thrays made there. They can't go back on it now. They already tried to off Trump. They already tried to arrest Trump. They cannot go back. They have to finish the job. So I'm here for this. Every single day I'm here for this, Massacre mates. So that's what's going on. Elon Musk is auditing the government in real time at the behest of Donald Trump. And the results are amazing and it's transparent. You can see where your money's going. You can see where all the fraud's being shut down. Every single DEI department's being shut down. Elon Musk let it be known that no government grant or funding was ever released without there being DEI given back in exchange. What that means is a DEI department is what the Communist Party of Mao used to do in communist China. They put what was known as a party branch into any business or entity that they wanted to control to make sure that that entity or business carried out the socialist agenda. That's what a DEI department is. It's to each according to his need, to each according to his ability. We're going to give you this because you're of a certain class, and we're not going to give these people this because they're a certain class, and we're going to carry that leftist ideology out throughout the whole company. And what it boils down to is anyone who supports that, who are they going to vote for? A leftist. And anyone who doesn't support it, you're going to get fired and we're going to destroy you. Proper leftist mentality, cult mentality, socialist mentality. No grants, no funding was ever given out without there being a DEI department set up in exchange. And you're wondering why DEI is everywhere. It turns out the US government funded everything from video games to movies to the news corporation. So legacy media like Reuters was getting 8 million plus. It's way more, according to Elon Musk, with your tax dollars to propagandize you. And some of the payments made, the Reuters one in particular, it said that it was made to, it was something to, we're going to find it later, it's something to do with social engineering and for censorship. It actually says that in the receipts. These are the things we're finding out. The left is just a giant psyop. They are nothing. They offer nothing. They produce nothing. All they do is parasitize and steal. That's all they do. And in order for those scumbags to exist, it requires a tsunami of taxpayer-funded dollars to prop it up to the tune of billions, if not trillions of dollars, by bankrolling all of the major legacy media companies, even the churches. You saw those activists, pastors coming out and dissing Donald Trump and religion getting messed up with the whole rainbow mafia infiltrating that. It's because they're funded with your tax dollars to subvert it with leftist ideology. The whole of the left, it turns out, according to Doge and Trump, is a giant psyop. There is nothing there. It's like a huge pyramid scheme of your money moving around. That's all it is. What do they actually offer other than stealing shit, complaining and ruining everything they touch? The answer is nothing. So it's time to once again celebrate the age of the Orange Emperor, the Trumpster. Donald, your president for the next 4 years. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you like that? Because I love it. And if you don't get to love it, you better get used to it. You better get used to it because we're just getting started. And you know what? Tulsi Gabbard, confirmed. Mummy Tulsi, I love you, Tulsi. She's gorgeous, she's delicious, and she's intelligent, and she served her country. She's an absolute boss. That's the kind of woman who you want in charge of intelligence. They put her on the terrorist watch list. Tables have turned, bitches. Tulsi is back inside the White House. RFK is apparently going to be confirmed soon. We are just getting started. There is a dark night of the soul approaching, unfortunately, in that activist judges apparently have more power than the sitting president of the United States of America. So some random judges said, no, Donald Trump, you can't look at where your money's being spent, even though that is totally within your jurisdiction under the executive branch. I'm saying you can't look at it. So there's judges who are basically Soros funded, literally, and appointed by Obama and whatnot, trying to throw a spanner in the works. But as I said, the Trumpster and Elon Musk's lives depend on this now that they've set this plan in motion. And so they're going to get going with it. There's going to be a lot of pushback. But at the end of the day, it's transparent. We can see what's going on. Musk already has all the data. He's got his AI crawling through all of it right now. There's no going back now. Pandora's box is opened. And I'm here for it. Where is the popcorn? Bring it to me. If you're just joining us, I am Johnny Massacre, and we're discussing how the Trumpster is kicking ass in the first 3 weeks of his presidency, and Elon Musk is uncovering a tsunami of government fraud with his Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. But if you have been watching from the beginning, then stop your grinning and drop your linen. Why not donate some cash and let's keep winning? Streamlabs.com/Johnny Massacre, Patreon.com/Johnny Massacre, and PayPal.me/give me a hell yeah. The more you donate, the more of me you're gonna get. Sorry, I haven't been here for a while. I had to take care of business. You get me, fam. But I am back. So we got to fill that bar with delicious green. Look, we've still got another, 14 days in February. Valentine's Day tomorrow. You're feeling loving. Don't buy your other half a box of chocolates or a diamond ring. Donate it to me and you'll get more of these shows. So I want to see that bar grow in this month. I hope you'll bless me with your generosity. So I had to just get that off my chest. There's so much fucking news. I've never had so many bookmarks in my life, and that shows you how life-changing this news cycle really is and what's going on with the current state of affairs. And there's just too much. There's too much. And the legacy media, who've got all the resources, they're not used to it. They can't keep up with it. Donald Trump is hitting you. I said this before, like Akuma from Street Fighter with the, what is it called again? We used to call it the Snapdragon. The Raging Demon special, where the lights go out and bah, 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 you get hit from every angle. Donald Trump, 4 years they kept him like a caged pit bull. He's coming out. He's tearing motherfuckers apart, man. They don't know what's hit. They started this. Donald Trump was letting you get away with your nonsense until you tried to off him. You did this to yourselves, Democrats. I love it. I love it. I'm so hyped. So I just had to get that off my chest, and I thought, do you know what? I'll just start a video and just tell you what's going on, what I've seen. That's what's going on, bruv. Am I right or am I right? I swear to God, I'm very, very, very right indeed. As usual, as usual. What you lot saying?
Internet tough guy says morning. Arthur Shaw says, sup bruv. Ali says, hell yeah. Arthur Shaw says, hell ye. Linda Marconi says,
yes.
Hello Johnny boy, life is good.
Yes, Linda.
Chris Campbell says, just getting onto my exercise bike. Will sweat while I watch. Brad
mate.
Says, this season of Earth is crazy. Internet tough guy says, Trump the movie is gonna be crazy.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Tough guy says Cuck Schumer. Brad W says, life lesson. Don't mess with the tech bro. Brad
exactly.
W says, don't mess with a guy that can hover a skyscraper-sized rocket above your house and take
This is
off.
it. They call him stupid.
Guy says the left is calling for the imprisonment or deportation of Elon Musk lol. Internet tough
Suddenly they care about immigration.
Internet tough guy says, the normals go to work every day, and the MSM is corrupt, so of course most people don't know what's going on.
True.
Chris Campbell says, how are your veins holding up under all this pressure?
Not well.
W says, I think there's a few stupid people but millions of people involved over the decades. Brad W says, I've never before wanted to touch myself inappropriately. 2 news before. Victoria Rockwell says word Brad. Salted Tadpole says hell yeah. Brad W says, Trump is Scorpion right now. Get over here, uppercut over and over.
Oh. He is. Get over here.
Tony says, as Trump says, F around, find out.
Mate, Linda, how you doing? It's always a pleasure to see you here. Linda, Miss Marconi. There is so much news going on. So I have tabs open on my browser. It goes all the way across the screen, and then I have to move the window all the way to the left, and then extend the browser all the way to the right. There's more bookmarks, and then do that 2 or 3 times to look at all the bookmarks. That's how much. The left can't handle it. Donald Trump has gone into God mode. Donald Trump is an actual god. He's a god. He's a god. I never thought I'd see this day. Super happy about this, as you can tell. So do you want to at least try to have a look at what's going on? I'm gonna try to show you a little bit. We're just gonna go through. They're not organized. I'm gonna go through all my X bookmarks to bring you up to date, because I've been going through that with autistic vigor. I've been going hard on that. So we're going live on Rumble now as well, which I'm mad happy about. Okay. So, where to start? I mean, Tulsi Gabbard was...
W says, the best is that it's a dude named Big Balls lol. Weaponized autism.
Oh my god. So, man, all of this as well. So, yeah, there's a guy, like one of the software engineers who's auditing the government is called Big Balls. So Elon Musk got, his nickname is Big Balls. So Elon Musk got the mainstream media to say with a straight face, Big Balls is auditing the government. And then he changed his name to Hairy Balls. So this is amazing, man. Contrast this with England, where like nothing's being audited. They're giving away the Chagos Islands, their military bases. They're talking about giving reparations. There's woke DEI infestation everywhere. If you question the mass importation of like insane people from awful places, you're basically going to go to jail for hate speech. Contrast this with the UK. Man, America is just the normal person right now. The rest of the world is making up part of the population of the insane asylum. Absolutely mental. America is the only country, the only real first world country worth its salt, who's doing the right thing right now. You want to see some bookmarks, bruv? Okay, I've got some bookmarks. So here we go. Right, where to even start? Oh my god, look, Jeffrey Epstein's client list to be declassified, released to the public. I mean, like, where to start with this news cycle?
They can use that AC/DC song Big Balls as their theme song now. Perfect.
What is happening, Victoria? Hey now, Victoria Rockwell. Hey now, here comes the menace. So look, doge-tracker.com. You can go there right now. See that? This shows you in real time the amount of taxpayer dollars that have been saved. And the Democrats are screaming, we don't know what's happening with Elon Musk. You can see in real time exactly what is happening. It's all there. You can audit it yourself. Look at this. Department of Government Efficiency Live Tracker, 506 days until July the 4th. And this is how beast Elon Musk is. He says Doge will terminate itself. That's the final mission. Unlike those dinosaurs and vampires in Congress, you just know everything he does makes sense. $37 billion saved. $252 per taxpayer, 1.9% progress to goal. Look, you don't want the smartest man in the world as part of your team auditing your shit? You've got to be mad that they even have polymarket predictions whether Doge will audit the IRS before May. Dude, Doge is going to audit the... Do you remember how they were talking about hiring 80,000 IRS agents who have access to all your data? It's okay if these random schmucks on the Biden payroll have access to your data to audit you. Well, now the tables have turned, bitch. They're gonna audit the IRS. Do you know what else they're gonna do? They're gonna audit the Pentagon. Pentagon hasn't passed an audit in like a decade. Do you remember recently how they made an accounting error and they gave billions of dollars to Ukraine? They're gonna get audited as well, along with all their DEI departments that they were riddled and infested with. Bro. Oh my god, this timeline is so good. Is it time for champers? Is it time for champers and cigar? I feel it is. I feel it's time for another bottle of champs. Look at this. Live trackers. Federal Employees Buyback Program. What's up, Milky? Look at this. 60,000 federal employees resign. These schmucks who don't even turn up to work on the government drip. Oh my god. So you can go here now, dogetracker.com. This is how transparent it is.
Says, Trump was right when he said they're going to be too much winning. I can't take it anymore.
Mate, I can't take it anymore. Now look at this. There's another site. It's doge.gov. According to Eric Doherty, Doge has a regulations page showcasing how overbearing and burdensome these rules really are. The Code of Federal Regulations has 98.68 million words. So the regulations are essentially put in place to bamboozle you and make a smokescreen to cover up all their shady transactions.
W says, last audit of the Pentagon was the 9th of October 2001.
Dude, oh man, I'm so here for this. Where, so let's find doge.gov. It's got to be here somewhere. I'll just load the damn page. Doge.gov. So, Department of Government Efficiency, the people voted for major reform. So Too long didn't read. It's all there online. It's all transparent. You can see exactly where everything is going. Meet the US government. Trace your tax dollars through the bureaucracy. Head count. Look, listen, if you want to work for the government and there's potential to steal all our money, we want to see what you're doing. Like, what's this digital ID for me all about? How about your digital ID? How about your ankle bracelet? How about your bank account being open for everyone to see? I think that's what a republic really is, right? 16,000 subordinate offices, 2.1 billion in wages. Elon Musk, at the behest of Donald Trump, has made the government totally transparent. Look at this. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Doge.gov. This is dreamland.
Brad W says, no, my bad, the 10th of September 2001.
Look at this. And also, Donald Trump says he's going to repeal like 10 pieces of bureaucracy for every single one made. And promises made, promises kept. Look at this on Doge.gov. Unconstitutionality Index. This is the number of agency rules created by unelected bureaucrats for each law passed by Congress in 2024. Code of Federal Regulations, 98 million words. That's how much bureaucracy there is. Elon Musk, he's got all the data. What are you going to do now? What are you going to do? We've got it. Dudes, it's too late. We've got all the data. We've got all the fraud. You can't hide it now. Do you think they wouldn't have downloaded it and just announced to everyone what they're doing? Of course not. They made sure they had it all. Then everyone knew what they were doing. And now everyone's screwed. That's why Democrats are screaming and crying. And the ones who have the most suspicious net worths are the ones crying and screaming the most. It's over, dudes. It's over for you lot. The problem is they're going to try to stymie so hard. We have to win in the midterms. Seriously, you cannot give up the House and the Senate in the midterms. Already we need to be focusing on that. 2028. We need another Republican president. We got to have JD Vance in there. I'm ready for this, mate. We can't let up the pressure. So Doge.gov in real time, showing you all the savings made. Also Doge-tracker.com doing the same thing. This is amazing news. So there's so many other things. As I said, I don't really know what to start. I think we should go in reverse because maybe the craziest shit's at the end. So yeah, Pentagon is going to be audited basically. Pentagon, man, you want to talk about bureaucracy? Pentagon spent $1 billion to audit themselves and failed the audit and couldn't do the audit. Think about that for 1 second. Seriously. Loads of fraud. I need loads of money to help me find the money that I stole. Give me that money and I'll steal that money too, and I'm not going to show you who stole the money. We are in end of days times, and the deficit is so insane. Thank God Elon Musk has come along when he has. If he hadn't, can you imagine camel toes? Can you imagine what camel toes? Hello, everyone. Can you imagine that beach in office right now? Blowing out the budget, spending upon spending, socialism, diversity, equity, and inclusion in every single facet of society, from movies to games to sports to government organizations and agencies and departments and offices and everything. I think it would have been the end. It would have been the end of America. Well done, Americans, for voting appropriately. So the Pentagon is corrupt as hell, and that is going to get audited, apparently. Like I said earlier, the rules for the past 4 years made it impossible to win a federal research grant without some form of DEI. That's why DEI was everywhere, because what came with the free meal supposedly from the government was selling your soul and becoming a communist and riddling your organization with that propaganda and dancing to their tune. So all these judges who are trying to throw a spanner in the works of the Trumpster, people are now calling for the judges' impeachment. Elon Musk included. He says it is time. It's time to impeach these judges. For example, Derek Evans says a judge has blocked the possible Trump admin transfer of Venezuelan illegal alien criminals to Guantanamo Bay. Why are you blocking the transfer of Venezuelan hardcore gangsters to Guantanamo Bay? We've got judges doing this and blocking Trump's access to Treasury records. Another corrupt organization who used your tax dollars to import millions of illegal aliens to steal your objects and destroy the infrastructure and use the healthcare system and basically make society unlivable. FEMA.
Brad W says, my nerves are shot.
They kicked out hurricane survivors into a snowstorm and freezing temperatures. Meanwhile, they were funneling billions of dollars to house illegal migrants and bring them into America. This is how, dude, it doesn't matter how they get your money. They're willing to do anything to get your money, including crazy stuff like that. Oh, Lord. Like I just said, FEMA tried to kick out 3,000 Hurricane Helen victims in western North Carolina out of hotels in the winter. But last week, $59 million went to migrants to stay in luxury hotels in New York City. And Kristi Noem, Trump's new Secretary of Homeland Security, I believe, she said she clawed that money back. And 4 officials have been fired over this FEMA scandal of giving $59 million to illegals in New York City. I knew this shit was going on. If you watch this channel, I told you that shit last year. I've been saying this shit for years. I've been saying this shit from day dot. That the government it's a huge money laundering operation. I didn't need the proof. It's like, it's in front of your fucking eyes, man. It's so obvious what's going on. Their salary, their net worth, societal degradation, nothing's running properly, but we're paying so much money, more and more and more. Loads of migrants are coming. Like, where is this money going? Why is Joe Biden so rich? Why is Hunter Biden so rich? Why were there channels from Hunter Biden's business dealings going to every single one of Joe Biden's family members? Where is this money going? Why is Joe Biden's son selling paintings for like $1 million? It looks like a 7-year-old made it in potato painting class, bruv. Who is giving him that money in exchange for what? He's a crackhead, bruv. How are the Clintons so fucking rich? How did they not go to jail? When the FBI knew that they made a phony dossier to commit treason to spy on Donald Trump, and it was proved categorically in the Durham investigation. How are they not in jail? How are they not? Why are they so rich? We knew that they're stealing all the cash. Why are there migrant complexes cropping up everywhere in hotels full of migrants? Is it a benevolent government who wants to help these people? Or are they stealing our money? And have they been doing this for decades? I knew it from the start, bruv. I knew it from the start. I fucking knew it. 59 mil to illegals in New York. 59 mil in a week. Give me a fucking hotel in New York, bruv. I will literally add more to your state than the entire building of migrants. I will add more in productivity and worth. I guarantee it. Why are you giving it to these people? They're not giving it. Where do you think the money is going, bruv? They are taking it. Man, we need to see arrests. We need to see arrests of the whole Biden family. We need to see the arrest of the Clintons. We need to see the arrest of the Bushes. I want to see arrests. Kathy Hochul, AOC, Maxine Waters, Alyssa Presley. I want to see arrests. I want to see Ilhan. Dude, oh my Lord of mercy. Ilhan Omar. Did you see the news? So now the FBI isn't controlled by radical communist psychopaths. They're actually doing their job. The FBI have confirmed. This is real. Ilhan Omar literally married her brother to get into the country illegally. It's time to arrest and deport. It's time to arrest and deport. Let's go. Win after win after win. Keep them coming. Load it up. Blow. More. Yes. Yes. Look at this. The city of New York pays $220 million to rent the entire Roosevelt Hotel in Manhattan to house illegal migrants. Man, it's in like fucking like, why do you think we're finding out about this shit when you're so blatant? The hubris was insane. They thought they could get away with it. This hotel is owned by the government of Pakistan, and the deal was part of a $1.1 billion IMF bailout package to help Pakistan avoid defaulting on their international debt. Prior to this sweetheart deal, the hotel had been closed since 2020, having long struggled with occupancy. So, mate, in the middle of New York City, 220 mil to rent this out and give it to like third world migrants. What the hell are you doing, New York and America? Elon Musk says it here. Look, what are you going to do? You're saying Elon Musk is a liar and he's going to do something dodgy. Go and investigate it. Go and investigate. It's all out here and transparent. Musk says the Doge team just discovered that FEMA sent $59 million last week to luxury hotels in New York City to house illegal migrants. Guess what? You can't afford those eggs. You can't afford the heating. You're shivering. You're cold. You live paycheck to paycheck. You can't go on holiday. You had to put that steak back on the shelf. Guess what? It wasn't your fault. They just stole all your money and they gave it to illegals and boondoggle projects so they could steal it under the thin veil of benevolence. That's what's been going on. This news cycle, bruv. This news cycle, bruv. I'm so here for this. Oh, it feels, it's like coming. It's like I'm coming on the stage. It's like I'm coming at home. I'm coming in the gym. It's like coming. It feels like coming. It feels so good. Oh my God. I've been waiting for this day. And then the Democrats are going mad. We must stop Elon Musk from exposing our corruption. Man, they're fucked. They are fucked. They are so fucked. They are so fucked. They have nothing left to throw at Donald Trump. They fucking threw everything. They literally ripped out the kitchen sink. They threw that, and now they got nothing left to throw at Donald Trump. They threw every lawsuit they could. They changed the law to make up criminal cases and try to arrest Donald Trump. None of that shit worked. They tried to bankrupt him. They tried to charge him however many millions it was for overvaluing Mar-a-Lago, which was such BS from that hippo-looking bitch, Letitia James. Didn't work. He paid in cash, and now he's richer than ever. Then they tried to assassinate him. That did... Dude, they impeached him so many times, like the Russia hoax. They have got nothing. What are they going to do? They've got nothing left. They got nothing left at all. They got nothing for him. They're just going to have to sit there and take it. It's so good. So good. It's like crack cocaine. Give me some of this. Oh, man. Oh, my God. That's me as well, Chris. That's me as well, bro.
W says, they are gonna kill us all, aren't they?
Oh, man. I wouldn't be surprised at this point. I wouldn't be surprised. When Doge takes away your entire marketing budget for worldwide gay communism. Oh, man. Gosh, it's almost like leftist ideology can't survive without hundreds of billions of tax dollars being misallocated to little pet projects. Dude, it's so over for them. And this is the thing. Elon Musk earned all of his money. And the people saying, oh, Elon Musk, bad, get rid of Elon Musk. They got rich off the taxpayer dole. They are the corrupt ones. They stole it. Elon Musk made it themselves. They stole it. I love it. I love it. Oh, Lord. So everyone's talking about how judges are now stymieing Donald Trump. Who is this random judge that I didn't vote for that is stopping the most powerful man in the world from doing his job? We need to look into this. We need to look into this and fix this. So Elon Musk is going to audit the Pentagon. He made an X saying, guess I better maximize my security. And that was in response to a video of some dude in a suit and tie who looks very important saying, if you try to audit the Pentagon, that you're going to end up committing suicide, say, by ooting shit yourself in the Ack Bay of the Edhay. So Elon Musk, he's putting his life on the line for us, and he is doubling, tripling down. A man this smart, total faith in his ability.
Milkitia says, I didn't vote for Johnny, come on.
Elon Musk said those are just the explicit DEI grants found. Vastly worse is that every education and research grant made over the past 4 years required DEI in one form or another. Every single education and research grant required DEI. That's why DEI is everywhere. They took your tax money and they forcefully injected communism into every... That's what it is. That's what communism is. Communism says that there's imbalances in the world due to systemic oppression. In this case, it's like the 8 straight way ale may. So we have to take what they've made and we have to give it to other people based on a class. That's what DEI is. If you apply for a job to a DEI center, if you're of the bad class, you're not going to get a job interview. If you're of the other class, you are going to get an interview. It's redistribution of wealth and private property, essentially. That is communism, and that was put into every single education and research grant. Every single one. That's why everything's woke. And it went to the media, it went into video games, it went into movies, it went to Disney, it went to the BBC, it went to Reuters, it went to Associated Press, it went everywhere. It went to all those anchorway YouTuber who you wonder how they got famous. You know they were getting some of that cash broken off in grants. The US government paid to instill socialism in every layer of society with your tax money when you never voted for that. It's the biggest scandal ever. It's a volcano of news. This is insane. This is insane. Look how many bookmarks. I can't get through them all, bruv. Should we just start going rapid fire? The federal government has forcibly injected DEI into everything, Musk says. Most people still don't get it. Everything, Musk says. Data Hazard says people really don't comprehend the implications of this. All of federal contracting and grant funding has been infected with DEI. All of it. Every single facet of society in both blatant and insidious ways, from the programs themselves to the terms of awards to the scoring of proposals, top to bottom, it's everywhere with hundreds of billions of dollars impacted. Why do you think this YouTube channel never gets shared? Because YouTube also is infected with DEI, and that will only reward a certain demographic and a certain narrative. Everyone has bent the knee to this government psyop, this mass-funded government psyop. It's everywhere. And I saw it when Force Awakens came in 2016. I knew back then. It's nearly a decade of this BS, and I'm glad it's all coming to light. Look at this. You want to see... Man, you want to see what... Democrats are mad that you know about stuff like this now. So Bill Gates' Axinve organization was awarded $4.880 billion from USAID. Nearly $5 billion in taxpayer money to a single organization for Bill Gates' Axinve research company. 2 grants are still active. No wonder Gates is speaking out against Doge and dismantling USAID. Bro. This fucking news, man. It's all a fucking scam. They stole all of our... Can you imagine how awesome society was if instead of laundering the money through BS like this to try to destroy the human race, you, I don't know, like put it back into the infrastructure of society and just left us the hell alone? We'll be living in like one of those science fiction utopias by now. Seriously. Oh, Lord. So here's another thing. Elon Musk found out that in the social security system, there can be multiple of the same social security number over and over and over, and each social security number account gets paid. Dude. That's how shonky the system is? So I thought they're going to come after you with like a fine comb and like ruin your life. Actually, you can enter the same social security number like 10 times and you can just use it with different people and still get the money. What? Dude, what are you running your system on? A potato? What is this? Man. Oh my God. So yeah, an unelected district court judge
says, what about ESG? Don't forget about that.
Oh my God, ESG, DEI, it's all part of the same commie BS, Mr. Roy Lance. Thank you for your comment. So they're trying to stop Trump and stymie him, these unelected judges. This is what the Trumpster had to say about that.
A couple of court losses, Mr. President, and J.D. Vance said judges aren't allowed to control the executive power. What's your take on that?
Well, we're going to see what happens. We have a long way to go, and we're talking about fraud, waste, abuse. And when a president can't look for fraud and waste and abuse, we don't have a country
running the
anymore.
system on the same potato
we're very
they painted in
disappointed
potato
with the
painting
judges that would
class.
make such a ruling. But we have a long way to go. We have to look. We have to find all of the fraud that's going on. We have tremendous fraud, tremendous waste, and tremendous abuse, and theft, by the way. And the day you're not allowed to look for theft and fraud, etc., then we don't have much of a country. So no judge should be. No judge should frankly be allowed to make that kind of a decision. It's a disgrace.
Amen. Sorry, President, you're not allowed to look for theft and fraud. Just keep letting it happen. Only someone I choose can look for theft and fraud. Not the person who the people elected, the most powerful person in the world, Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Man, the deep state, the swamp is so freaking deep. They've got so many preventive measures set up. We have to peel back the layers of the onion and just torch it with a flamethrower. Let's go. And don't you love the way the Trumpster is so much more chilled these days? The first time around, everyone was screwing him over. He realized he just acted in too good faith. He gave people too much of a chance when they're crooks and criminals, evil people. And now he's back in place with a great team around him, and he's solid. He's much cooler. He's much calmer. I love this Trump. I love this version of the Trumpster, the God Emperor. Elon Musk asks on X. I'm just giving you all my X bookmarks that are relevant that you should see. I spent freaking hours looking through these. Elon Musk says, "Is the left really just a giant kleptocracy? The evidence increasingly suggests it is. What's actually scary is that the government has your personal info."
Niello says, that Anna Paulina Luna committee on exposing federal secrets is gonna be interesting to see.
Exactly. How much do you trust the deep state, says Musk. By the way, at PayPal, we had the detailed financial data of 100 million plus people. Never once was it abused. So he's countering claims that he's unelected and Elon Musk has all your personal info. What the hell is he going to do with it? What, 80,000 IRS agents are going to keep your info in safe and sound? But Elon Musk, the world's smartest, most productive man who started PayPal, never had any problems with that. It's a national security risk if he has it, when he doesn't need any money at all, unlike the people accusing him of acting with impropriety. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Look, next we're going to check the Department of Education. The Department of Education that use your tax dollars to riddle itself with racist propaganda and rainbow mafia nonsense and DEI, race politics and critical race theory, essentially mentally abusing children and making them hate themselves and like question their own gender and stuff like that. Trump is going to have Elon check those bastard bays out. And then the military. Bro. Oh, man. I love this. They are setting the oil drums alight right now. The Pentagon, Department of Education, FEMA, USAID, the military, the Treasury. Let's audit everything. This is what a republic is. And then Elon Musk was talking about just streamlining the process of the Treasury, giving every single transaction a transaction ID. That's what it should be. It should be a simple system and it should be transparent and we should be able to see where our money is being spent. Tell me one situation on planet Earth where you give money to someone and you don't want to know how they're spending it. There's no argument against this. Transparent government. Let us go. Let us go. Let us go. They're gonna audit the Pentagon, y'all. They're also probably gonna audit the FBI and CIA. Let's go, everybody. Let us go. Okay, the other thing is, do you think it's a little bit scary, Trump upsetting the apple cart a bit, major tremors through the political world and potentially economic world? Is it a little bit scary? Maybe Donald Trump's popularity is faltering and wavering a little bit in the face of this. No. Actually, Donald Trump is more popular than ever. He has the best poll numbers of his entire career. These are actually astoundingly good polling numbers. According to a CBS poll, 53% of all people, plus 6 percentage points, approve of Donald Trump. His best ever ratings. His best ever ratings. The highest approval rating for President Trump in CBS polling history. And man, the mad thing is ages 18 to 29 freaking love Donald Trump. Plus 10 percentage points. 55 to 45 disapprove. 55% of 18 to 29-year-olds approve of Donald Trump. More than half of people. Seriously, never... Where's my Trump t-shirt? Never ever worry about saying you like Donald Trump ever again, or wearing a MAGA hat or a Trump t-shirt or any of that kind of shit. Because actually, You are the majority. They are the minority. It's all a psyop. 55% of 18 to 29-year-olds approve of Donald Trump's presidency. Ages 30 to 54, 52% plus 4. Ages 45 to 64, plus 12. 56%. Ages 65 plus, 50-50. White, 61 to 39. Black, look at this. 33% of blacks approve of Donald Trump. Now, that number might not look all that high, but if you look at over history, black support for Republicans, it never really goes above 10%. We're on 33%. Hispanic. Supposedly the voting bloc is going to shift every state blue. 49% approval to Donald Trump. Oh, my God. Lord of mercy. Oh, Lord. Look at these stats. Dude, male 60 to 40, female 47% to 53. Oh my God. Oh, Lord of mercy. CBS poll, y'all. Trump's best ever polling numbers in lieu of him auditing the entire government. And then the Democrats screaming about it makes them look even worse. Oh my God, this timeline, bruv. Smother my face with this timeline. Love it. I love it. Oh, mate, I get like sexual pleasure from this. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my God. Whole lot of mercy. Are you ready for this? What else have we got? There's too many links. Man, oh my God. Look what Doge is doing. Adjustment to the Department of Homeland Security website. Rainbow Mafia Community Resources. Terminated. Page not found. Good work, big balls. Oh, man. Oh, God. So good. And then all the Democrats screeching about this, they have to use names like Big Balls and Doge. It's so good. Because they're stupid. They're like... Elon Musk is so fucking smart. He has time to put like chef's kiss, salt-based sprinkle, icing on the cake of making them use the word big balls and Doge to talk about their demise. I freaking love it. I love it so much. He's got that much extra brain power. I love it. And then they're actually screwed because they can't drop like the Anne's gender tray stuff because they're so deeply committed to it now, and they've chopped off so many body parts and they've destroyed so many lives, and they've emically castrated so many Ildren tray. They actually can't go back on that now and admit they're wrong, so they're going to keep on having to dig that hole. Democrats are screwed. The only way they can reverse this is with a mass amount of ord fray, and that's going to be maybe too big to rig. Someone once said to me, Gary von Merbach, Massacre mate extraordinaire, I'm looking at you. Whole lot of mercy. So look, USAID basically being shut down by Trump and Muskie Wuskie is having a knock-on effect on the rest of the world. Why'd you support Donald Trump? It doesn't affect you. Yes, it does, bitch, because the United States funds agencies in other countries, including mine and Ireland. So for example, Irish NGO received 100 million euros in funding from USAID in 2023, and now they're panicking because Donald Trump defunded it. So all these like migrant industrial complex money laundering slush fund boondoggles are now panicking. Thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you so much. Mate, it's mad how far your tax money went to basically destroy the world and instill socialism. Oh my God. Basically trillions of dollars worth of your tax money went into their pockets and went into undermining and subverting the United States of America and every Western democracy. It's just, I don't know. It seems unbelievable, but this is the default state of being. Humans desire power, and power left unchecked for this long will become disgustingly, hideously, intricately corrupt. Man, this timeline, Doge and Donald Trump exposing all the fraud, and I love it. We need arrests is what we need. Big time. You want to know what's going on, bruv? Listen to this guy that Elon Musk shone a spotlight on recently. Listen to this guy, Ross Bennett.
Dude,
Bennett, come on, Bennett. Do it now. I hope you leave enough room for my fist, because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine. Yeah,
This U.S. aid thing is so much worse than people realize. Do y'all remember when people were angry at Elon Musk for buying Twitter for $40 billion? Because he could have solved world hunger with that money. Okay? Keep that same energy. Okay? We were supposed to have sent like somewhere around $200 billion to Ukraine. Remember? Remember all those little packages? Well, even Zelensky says that only about half of it even got there. So there's $100 billion that's just floating around somewhere. That could have solved world hunger. But your government was so inefficient and so corrupt, and you don't even care about it? In fact, you're more mad that we stopped U.S. aid for a minute and paused it so we can figure out what the flip all of our money's going to, bro? This is not a normal response. Your reaction is being manipulated by the media. It has to be, because you would be mad under any other circumstances. Imagine your dad left you a business that used to make you $100 a month, and now that business is losing you like $10,000 a month. You would go in and go, what's going on? And it's like, pretend it's a mattress company. And you look at the expenditures and you're like, well, these aren't springs and cotton and mattress sheets and things like that. No, we're buying cement in Dubai for 10 times the price that anybody else ever paid. What's going on? And then one of the managers comes up to you and goes, hey, you're not supposed to have access to this warehouse. What are you even doing in here? You would be like, I'm getting scammed so hard. Pause everything. Everybody's going to jail, bro. Meanwhile, Maui, North Carolina, and California are all burning down, and we never seem to have enough money for that. Hell, Flint, Michigan's water costs like $1.5 billion.
Dude, the whole thing is mainly a money laundering operation ahead of everything else. Like, they wouldn't even give money to California wildfires. They wouldn't give money to Maui. They wouldn't give money to North Carolina. You know, Hurricane Helen, any of this shit. They wouldn't give any money because they're busy giving it to places where it basically can't be tracked, buying things for 10 times the value and having the money laundered back to them. The whole government has become a money laundering operation, a kleptocracy. Please tell your friends about this. It's all on the Doge Tracker website and Doge.gov. It's all there. And we're going to go through some of the ways your tax money was spent soon.
And it would be fixed, bro. We give Ethiopia more than that every year. Then you start.
You could fix this problem for 1.5 billion and you give more money to Ethiopia. Why is it going over there? Why is it going over there?
Start looking at all the politicians that have been connected to this thing, and you wonder, why are these guys yelling so much? And you look into how they're receiving their revenue. Oh, it goes out in USA, it does a little cool loop-de-loop dance, and then comes back to their families. Oh, well, Ross, if it was this bad, the news would have told us about it. Nope, because the other thing USAID is funding is all of the freaking media, bro.
Dude, this is what's happening.
They are deciding what you guys think, which is why all of them have made you all think that we're the bad guys this whole time. They knew that if we won, we would see this and cut off their funding. There's a movie called The Truman Show with Jim Carrey where basically everything around him is like a controlled environment and things like that. If you found out that all of the same opinions that you've had from the media for the last 10 years were funded and created for you to have those opinions, wouldn't you pump the brakes a little bit and start thinking maybe the right-wingers aren't so bad? We voted for this so we can see all the leeches that are sucking the money out of all of our company, bro. Join the team. Speaking of leeches...
That guy's a boss. I don't know who this is. His name is... He was actually just there before. What was it? Ross Bennett. Bennett, I think is his name. Mate, AOC. So here's some new news from Elon Musk. What's this? Breaking.
Have you been crying like a bitch over Elon Musk? Do you find yourself sobbing at the thought of your taxpayer-funded transgender basket weaving club losing its funding? You may be suffering from a common condition known as libtardism-induced meltdown. But don't worry, there's help. Introducing Grow-A-Pair, the revolutionary prescription solution designed to help you accept reality. With just one dose a day, you'll start to understand that tax dollars aren't meant for gender numeral electric vehicle startups in Vietnam. After taking Grow-A-Pair, you may notice life-changing improvements, such as smaller man boobs, the ability to fund your own transgender basket weaving without relying on Uncle Sam, and a newfound indifference to the defunding of the U.S. Department of Slope Sidewalk Studies. Grow-A-Pair won't solve all your problems, but it can help you stop fixating on who's going to pay for DEI pudding packs in Cambodia.
Side effects may include dry mouth, increased common sense, employment, smaller man boobs, and lower taxes.
Ask your doctor if Grow-A-Pair is right for you, because adulting is hard, but it doesn't have to be.
Oh my god. Dude, this fucking timeline. Elon Musk just fucking put that on his X. I love this. Elon Musk feels like a real fucking person, right? Like, not like any of these POSs. He feels like he feels like one of us. Why would you be against seeing how your tax money's being spent fraudulently? Why would you defend that? Are you that much of a bootlicker? Oh my God, breaking news, y'all. U.S. Senate confirms Robert F. Kennedy as Health Human Services Secretary. Tulsi and RFK confirmed. We're in. Oh my God, Dreamland. Did you think they might not get in? I was a bit worried. It's Dreamland, everybody. It is Dreamland. Welcome to Dreamland. You're all invited. You are all invited. Whole lot of mercy. Frickin' heck, bruv. I can't. This is too good. It's too good.
El Future Romeo says perhaps it's just to make scene for the next phase of orchestral based upon the topic. Milkitia says, Johnny, no gooning on camera. Victoria Rockwell says awesome. Brad W says, I just busted out laughing in public and sprayed coffee everywhere. Have you been crying like a bitch at Elon Musk? Brad W says, there's too much winning. I don't take IT anymore.
I can't, man. It's too much winning, bruv. It's so good. Oh, fuck. It's too much winning. I drink salt now. This is my new thing. I just put salt into the water and I swear it tastes better. The taste of winning. You got any more of them there winning? Oh my God. RFK confirmed, mate. Oh my God. We got everybody. We got the RFK and the Tulsi. Mummy Tulsi.
Milkitia says that's basically Gatorade without the sugar, lol.
It's so good. That's such a good description of what it tastes like. Whole lot of mercy. Mate, the Gulf of America, whole lot of mercy. Democrats refusing to name the Gulf of America, dead naming the Gulf of America. Shame on you. Whole lot of mercy. It's our Gulf now, breach.
Victoria Rockwell says better than Gatorade if you're using a good sea salt.
I'm just using some, I don't know, it's not the worst salt. It's Japanese salt, so it's got to be good, right? Oh my Lord. So let's keep going. What else we got? So social security numbers being used multiple times. So my friend in LA told me about this. Illegal aliens, they just buy social security numbers. I thought, how does that work? You have the number, you give it, you get the money. They're just pissing it away in the United States. Oh my Lord. So Anonymous probably are funded by USA ID. Anonymous now really sticking one to the government by attacking Donald Trump and Doge for exposing fraud. Who would have thought it? Like, the most anti-establishment group of all time is now part of the establishment. That's weird. Representative Tim Burchett says he believes upwards of $40 million per week in American taxpayer dollars is still going to Taliban every week. Dude, this is official. This is real. Go and look it up. Doge confirmed this. It's out there. It's a real piece of funding. Hamas received a shitload of money from you, my American friends. So in Palestine, there was hundreds of millions went to a cement factory, and that was basically used to build the terror tunnels in Palestine. It doesn't matter where your money goes, bro. America's going to give it away and then launder it back to itself. That's how crazy it has been. That's how bad it... Why do you think... How could America be that much in debt when it's like it has the most productive populace and the most productive system and constitution literally on the face of planet Earth? How can you be in debt? Because they've stolen it all. They've stolen all your money, bruh. If it's illegal to audit our government, then we're living under the very definition of taxation without representation. We need to get rid of these activist judges. There's even like mutterings of Ron Paul auditing the Fed at the behest of Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Whole lot of mercy. You want to see where else your money went? Well, $3 billion went to Mexico to combat drug cartels, some of it through USA ID, and guess how that turned out? Yeah, it basically went to shit. $3 billion. So yeah, they blocked Trump and Doge from accessing data from the Treasury temporarily. Glenn Beck says, let me see if I have this right. The Treasury Secretary cannot access any data from the Treasury. Wow, who is afraid the secrets are coming out? This judge was not elected, nor was he given the mandate by the people. Enough is enough. We, the people, demand transparency. It is our money, not yours. Well said, Mr. Beck. The US Treasury is part of the executive branch. The head of that is the Trumpster. Trump was elected by the people. Why is an activist judge able to prevent the head of the executive branch from accessing financial info he is in charge of? This is how fucked the United States system is. They have walled it off and they've got their contingency plans in there to stop the fraud from drying up. Unbelievable. I hope they get one over this judge and they can move forward. Let's take this to the Supreme Court ASAP. Alex on X says, Secretary of the Treasury functions as the Chief Financial Officer of the US government. If the CFO is denied access to spending information, how can he do his job? Elon Musk says the Dems are trying to hide possibly the biggest fraud scheme in human history. Dude, this is crazy. This is what Elon Musk has agreed to do, and he said this in his press conference with the Trumpster. This is what Doge and the US Treasury have jointly agreed. Require that all outgoing government payments have a payment categorization code, which is necessary in order to pass financial audits. This is frequently left blank, making audits almost impossible. All payments must also include a rationale for the payment in the comment field, which is currently left blank. They don't even have to have a reason to piss your money away. Importantly, we are not yet applying any judgment on this rationale, but simply requiring that some attempt be made to explain the payment more than nothing. The do not pay list of entities, this is literal terrorist organizations and known fraudsters. Money was sent out to them regardless. That's what Elon Musk said, literally sent out to terrorists. Nothing was stopped from going out. Those entities and people who are dead or are probable fronts for terrorist organizations do not match congressional appropriations, must actually be implemented and not ignored. So don't give money to terrorists. The above is super obvious and necessary changes are being implemented by existing long-time career government employees, not anyone from Doge. It is ridiculous that these changes didn't exist already. Yesterday I was told that there are currently over $100 billion a year of entitlement payments to individuals with no social security number or even a temporary ID number. If accurate, this is extremely suspicious. When I asked if anyone at the Treasury had a rough guess for what percentage of that number is unequivocal and obvious fraud, the consensus in the room was about half. So $50 billion a year or $1 billion a week is definitely going to fraud, according to anecdotal reports in the Treasury. To people without social security numbers or even IDs. This is utterly insane and must be addressed immediately. Do you trust this guy or do you trust Chuck Schumer, who has a net worth of $80 billion and a salary of like 150 grand, who's been in politics his whole life and has never produced anything in the private sector? Who do you trust? I know who I trust. I know.
Pertniello says, Glenn Beck said the Isteenep Island files list will be out a day or two after cash gets confirmed. Fingers crossed.
Bro, please God. Yeah, Elon Musk is saying to impeach the judges who are stopping the audit of the Treasury. So basically, the US was just funding all media across the globe and whatever they wanted with your tax money. This is crazy. And essentially, your roads look like this, so Morocco can have pottery classes. Like, stop. Why are you sending money overseas? The UK is doing it too. Because they're stealing it all. Mass theft. Like, they all need to be in jail. That's why they're so entrenched. They can't give up the golden goose, bruv. They needed 80,000 IRS agents to audit your $600 Venmo payment. And there are over 100 billion annual entitlement payments to people without social security numbers. Auditing that is extremely dangerous to our democracy, mate. Oh my God. The wildfires in LA, Mayor Karen Bass has announced former LA Police Commissioner Steve Soboroff will head rebuilding efforts for 500 grand for 3 months of work. Already they're back on the drip. Like these people are insane psychopaths. We need big balls to come save us.
Chris Campbell says if Ron Paul gets to audit the Fed, I will weep tears of joy. Brad W says, I trust in big balls.
Listen to this comment of Gad Saad. So much logic here. I love this. He says, if investors are robbed financially via, say, a Ponzi scheme, are there mechanisms by which they can recoup their stolen funds? Why is it that if a government robs or misappropriates or mishandles people's taxes, there is no mechanism to repay the taxpayers? How is this legal, moral, ethical? Give us our money back. Give it all back. Give it all back. If a thief steals our money and we catch the thief, we get the money back, right? So the government has stolen our money. Give it back to us. Why aren't you giving it all back to us? What's going on here? Make it make sense. These are wild, wild times to be alive, y'all. I never thought I'd see this. USAID funded Internews CEO Jean Bourgault pushes for global advertising exclusion list to censor disinformation at the World Economic Forum. Like what they did to X, they used your tax dollar money and they gave it to organizations that were going to destroy and stymie and censor Republicans and conservatives. They gave it to agencies that dictate, they act as a gatekeeper for where advertising dollars are spent. So Coca-Cola wants to advertise and they'll say, like, don't advertise on X, don't advertise here because it's essentially Republican. Only advertise on Democrat-friendly companies. They did that with your tax dollars. This is insanity. And we're just at the tip of the iceberg, man. There's going to be so much more coming. This is like week 3 of the Trump presidency. No one elected Elon. That's their talking point. I don't understand that argument. They're saying, you know, no one elected Elon. Elon's bad. Elon's doing something bad with your tax information and the treasury information. With no evidence at all. What has he done that is bad? They cannot point to one single thing. Elon Musk is doing it transparently out in the open. He's made a real-time website with every single thing he's found is being posted on the website. They don't have a single shred of evidence as to why Elon Musk shouldn't be doing this. When he's the most qualified guy who started PayPal, launches rockets, and is the richest guy in the world. He knows more about auditing and business than anyone else on the face of planet Earth. They're saying you shouldn't trust that guy. He's untrustworthy with no evidence at all. Whereas the Biden crime family had channels, every single family member had channels going to crackhead Hunter Biden doing dodgy deals in China. There's a lot of evidence there, but not a single one of those same people who were saying Elon Musk bubba bad with no evidence said one little thing about Biden and his family getting rich. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, bruv.
Victoria Rockwell says, no one elected Kamora, neither keep screaming bitch tits. Truth Spirit says, Brad W don't get testes with us.
Oh lord. So yeah, Doge has access to FEMA. It's causing major panic within the agency. Small team gained access. Like, they got like thousands and thousands of employees in this bloated government bureaucracy who just are not very talented. And then you've got this tiny crack SWAT team of 185 IQ super geniuses, like 10 of them, just tearing him apart. I fucking love it. The weight of the bureaucracy is caving in on itself, and it's getting crushed under the weight of its own bloated bureaucracy. I love this. It's so tasty. It's so tasty. Let's go. Elon Musk is considering having Ron Paul lead the team that will audit the Federal Reserve. Oh my God. Please make this happen. Oh, please, Lord, let this happen. It would be so fucking funny. Please, Lord, let this happen. Remember, if you're enjoying this episode of Johnny Massacre's World, you can donate on these links, and I'll be very happy, and I'll read your comment out live. Oh my God, yo. What other news is going on?
Victoria Rockwell says gloriosity.
Look at this. Biden Education Department spent over $1 billion on DEI grants.
Oh Lord of mercy.
Oh Lord. Look at this. Mate, this is nuts. Oh my God. So look, you've seen there's like $1 billion here, $1 billion there, like 10 billion there, 100 billion there, to fucking whatever, like anything you want. They wouldn't give Trump $4 billion for a wall because it was a waste of money. They wouldn't give people $2,000 checks because it was too expensive, and they were funding this. Oh God, it's so agonizing. And the UK is now balls deep in this mode of thought. This is the prevailing system in the UK right now, and it's getting exponentially worse. And England has a ridiculous migrant problem. England is actually effed. That's what America would have become if the Trumps that hadn't got in. Mate, this makes me feel bad for England. Oh Lord. Biden's FEMA gave over $1 billion to NGOs who are focused on facilitating illegal immigration. They're like flying them over with your tax money to import the voter base because no one else will vote for them. Literally, these are the most criminal scum that have ever walked the earth. Ever walked the earth. Bringing in voters. This is absolutely crazy, dude.
Defamation suits are filed against
Oh my freaking God.
And announced charges have been filed against high-ranking officials when they haven't been.
Oh my God. USAID has funneled $472 million through Internews Network. Director of Internews Network is the VP of comms at Reddit. So you look, the whole thing is astroturfed and fake and Reddit, 472 million through USAID. And through the proxy of Internews Network. My God, dude. It all makes sense now. It's mad, like how far a couple of 100 million will go. It will buy out an entire organization. Oh Lord. Oh my God. Okay, you want to see? Oh my God. So yeah, FEMA is going to be the next big one. First it was USAID, and then the Treasury. We got some stuff from the Treasury. Next is going to be FEMA. You're going to hear all about the illegal immigration, all those DEI loans being given out. So stay tuned for that one. It's also time to investigate Reddit because there's F-Day coming with a plum. I love this meme. It's from The Princess Bride, and it's some dude holding a knife to a woman's neck who's blindfolded, and it's headed Democrats protesting defunding USAID, and then underneath it says, "You're trying to take what I have rightfully stolen. No wonder they are squirming right now." Mate, Elon Musk doing God's work. Check this out. Okay, so you want to hear how your tax dollars went to fund terror tunnels in Gaza? Well, your tax dollars through USAID funded cement projects in Gaza. Here's one of those cement projects. Our government used our money to fund terrorist tunnels in Gaza. We labored so that this could happen. This is a real thing that happened. Why is your money funding terror tunnels in Gaza? Why is this happening? Oh Lord. All right, we're just getting started, y'all. Look how many links there are. We can't actually physically get through them all. There's just too much news. I told you there's too much going on. So people are pissed about this judge who's defying Donald Trump's investigation of the Treasury, and at least just having a look at it and seeing how it works. And now, like, the taxpayer money is getting diverted to where it needs to go. It's actually functioning how it's supposed to function. All thanks to God Emperor Donald Trump. Donald J. Trump. FEMA just handled 80% of all open Hurricane Helen victim cases in Western North Carolina in 5 days, when Joe Biden can do it in 4 months. How corrupt were they? I mean, you at least would try to make your scam, your fraud look like, you at least try to hide it, right? You'd give money to the victims of Hurricane Helen. They wouldn't even do that. Now 80% of it's gone there in 5 days thanks to the Trumpster, normal people in the White House. I love it. Oh my God, look at this timeline. Donald Trump is taking away the security clearances from the following individuals: NY Attorney General Letitia James, communist hippo; Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg, who tried to arrest him; George Soros appointed DA; and former Secretary of State Antony Blinken. So, I mean, they tried to take away security clearance for plenty of Republicans, right? Including like RFK. They did that to him. Yeah, so next we got Tom Cotton, who's saying, outrageous, Obama judge Paul Engelmayer didn't just bar Elon Musk and Doge from Treasury systems, he barred the Secretary of Treasury himself. So we got these activist judges trying to stymie God's work, but I don't think they're going to be able to hold this off for much longer, to be honest. USAID basically funded all this batshit crazy stuff all around the world. Bruh. So like they brought back this engineer called Big Balls, right? This made so much. And this is crazy. Like he made some inappropriate comments. Big Balls, this engineer who's now become the figurehead of Elon Musk Doge software engineers who are auditing various government agencies. And he said something racist online. He said something about Indians, which was like it was pretty racist, but it was nothing. It wasn't like some fucking like a terrorist screed or something. And they basically reinstated him. And I love this so much because we've all said stupid things from time to time, and like people say dumb things sometimes, and that people can veer into a bit of racism. And mate, I've been out here in Japan. People said some shit about white people. It's just like, what are you going to be? If someone hears you, are the thought police going to come and cancel you for life? Like, okay, there are much worse things out there, like the government stealing trillions of dollars worth of your money, and like funding terror tunnels in Gaza, and like chemically castrating children and stuff. I give an uckfay about that kind of stuff. I don't really care what somebody said, especially if it's a flippant comment. Look how much the culture is changing. JD Vance coming out in defense of Big Balls to Elon Musk software engineer says, here's my view. I obviously disagree with some of his posts, but I don't think stupid social media activity should ruin a kid's life. We shouldn't reward journalists who try to destroy people ever. So I say bring him back. If he's a bad dude or a terrible member of the team, fire him for that. That's JD Vance, man. Man, we've got... Oh God, I love JD Vance. So they brought back the Doge staffer who made inappropriate comments, and I'm happy about that. And the meme that your American tax dollars are funding both sides of the conflict is actually real. So we've got this dude who is a voice of Hezbollah, terrorist organization, an editor of a Hezbollah media outlet. And he says, he talks about the chaotic, harmful, and sudden destruction of USAID by Trump. So he's pissed off about USAID losing the funding. And he's basically getting funded. So he said, Voice of Hezbollah is a book that brings together blah, 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 interviews, blah, 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 the book, da, 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 da. So this dude is basically getting your tax money to promote Hezbollah. Oh, God. And then your tax money is being used to try to stop Hezbollah. So it's almost as if they create the problem and then they offer the solution, which is going to be carried out by taking your money. Oh, my God. It's mad what we're finding out. Turns out that you don't need to tax your citizens that much if the government is not ran by fraud. So imagine if you got rid of all that fraud, how much you could lower taxes. Your taxes are used to pay for the fraud. Trillions upon trillions of dollars of fraud. That's why you're $33 trillion in debt and counting. This timeline is nuts. We're finding out what the government has been doing, and it's insane. Can we please do this in England? Please. Please. Man, the American system is incredible. It's the greatest system ever made. And they're saying Elon Musk's team is too young to do the audit. Look how young the founding fathers were who made this amazing system that is enabling this beautiful audit. And as Elon Musk says, this administration has one chance for major reform. That may never come again. It's now or never. The incredible timing of Doge. The US is about to undergo one of the most radical and disruptive changes it has experienced in its history, and Doge is the most important step to ensure we can navigate it successfully. The advent of AI and automation is going to radically change everything, especially labor markets. Dude, so like Elon Musk systems are going to audit the government. This is going to be so tasty. And put a system in place that's going to be fraud resistant going forward in the future. Let's put it on the blockchain. Every single transaction by the government needs a transaction code. You need to, as Musk was saying, you need to fill out where it's going, and it's got to be on the blockchain. If we can get this system going and use it with AI, so it's just pretty much infallible, and like no government spending can be covered up. I mean, fuck, man. Elon Musk could be saving humanity. This is insane. This is insane. Donald Trump, listen to what he's saying. He's going to boot illegal immigrants off of Social Security. He's saying that next to the Japanese Prime Minister.
Social Security will not be touched. It'll only be strengthened. We have illegal immigrants on Social Security, and we're going to find out who they are and take them out. We have
into my veins.
Illegal immigrants in other Medicare. We found a lot of bad people, a lot of people that shouldn't be on, that were put on through California. A lot of them come out of California. We're not going to stand for that. So we're going to strengthen our Social Security, etc. We're not going to touch it other than to make it stronger. But we have people that shouldn't be on, and those people we have to weed out. Most of them, or many of them so far, have been illegal immigrants. They shouldn't even be in the country.
Turns out the Biden administration could have stopped all of this day one. And they not only allowed it to happen, they made it happen. They created this. They're the architects of this. And Biden's handlers, they're the architects of this. It actually hurts my brain how nefarious this is. They're straight up criminals. Biden and that lot, they belong in jail, bruv. Straight up belong in jail. Prove me wrong. Oh, Lord of mercy.
Robert Niello says, Germans had 30 people get ran over by a migrant in a Mini Cooper, and they won't learn their lesson either. T says, this...
Damn. Oh, Lord of mercy. Alright.
Victoria Rockwell says, yeah, the Afghan migrant. I'm sure he's a subscriber to the Religion of Peace. Chris Campbell says, almost everything I hear about FEMA involves some kind of graft or incompetence. Chris Campbell says, I don't understand why they are bitching about how young those engineers are. If you want your VCR fixed, you don't ask granddad.
Nice. Okay. We're gonna keep rolling, yo. We're gonna keep rolling. Alright, Trumpster. What more we got? Paying taxes hits different when you see just how many places it gets blown for nothing. 100 million here, 500 million there, 300 million here. People work their entire lives to pay 500 grand in taxes, and it's a rounding error on one wasteful program. Mate, we have been... Man, no wonder they're freaking out, the Democrats, because they're complicit in insane amounts of crimes. Elon Musk is not stealing anything, says Robert J. O'Neill. He's exposing the thieves. The thieves are screaming. That's what is going on right now. Everyone angry about the age of Doge workers is going to be very surprised when they find out how old the founding fathers were. Word. Over 65,000 federal employees have accepted buyout offers under a plan by the Trumpster, as per Reuters. Oh man, it's so good. 2024, people get cancelled over not using proper pronouns when complaining about illegal homeless people committing crime. 2025, the VP and president both come out and support a dude named Big Balls for his history of spicy shit posts. The Overton window didn't just shift. We ripped it off the fucking wall. Man, are you feeling this timeline? Who's feeling this timeline? Me. I'm feeling this timeline.
Victoria, how long would it take you to drive to Arkansas?
Arkansas?
Chris Campbell says, lol, okay, let's go with your computer then, Milky.
Mate, Milky's got a shit hot computer. Oh lord. Party around Milky's house. Right? Isn't that what's happening? Okay, mate, there's more news. There's more. Can you believe it? Can you Adam and Eve it? Bruv. The Trudeau. Oh my god. No, I thought it was Trudeau. That's not true. Ah, mate, look. Oh my god, mate. The Trumps. Tulsi's been confirmed. This is insane. Dude, RFK, is there a video on RFK's confirmation? Because if there is, we're actually going to have to watch that. That's big, big, big news. Let's see. That has to be major, major news. Mate, let's go RFK. I want to see this. This is big. Oh my god. Alright, RFK is coming. It's going to be very soon, y'all. Dude, oh my God. As head of HHS, RFK Jr. now oversees the FDA, CDC, and HHS. Oh my God. Trump didn't give him a small role. He gave him the biggest position available. Promises made, promises kept. Oh my Lord. NIH, NIAID. That's what RFK is going to have jurisdiction over. Dude, this is the last person who was voted in. Dude. They're complaining about Elon Musk having access to your personal data, and they put these other mate Uckerfays in charge? Jesus. Mate, it's getting tasty. Oh, so tasty. Right. Where is... I think I've lost all the Doge bookmarks. Have we lost them all? Got to get them back, bruv. There's just too many, basically. There's too many.
Milkitia says, I have no computer lol. Milkitia says also yes I'm moving. Everyone will be welcome. I have a goddamn acre now. Pertniello says, I'm out of dopamine in this timeline but I'm here for it. Trump about to go live on a major tariff announcement. Victoria Rockwell says probably as long as it would take me to get to NY 15 to 16 hours. Linda Marconi says, I hope Trump and Elon can make the world great again. Kenneth83DK says, I'm loving this timeline, even got a Trump wallet for a laugh and to weed out any weekend at Biden's fans I might meet. Steven Suarez says supposedly the Epstein client list was released. I'm skeptical.
Me too.
Victoria Rockwell says oh man congratulations Milky, that's awesome.
Oh.
Linda Marconi says waiting for Kash Patel to be confirmed.
Good comment. Thanks for bringing that to our attention, Linda. Man, when that happens, it's going to be Christmas all over again. So Musk's commando staff includes guys who are 21, 23, 24, and 25. One is 19 years old. His job title is expert. Excellent. When you were 19, what were you an expert at? Michael Dell Computer said, I started a company when I was 19. It's worked out pretty well. Stop trying to undermine these kids because they're young. They're the super geniuses. Elon buying Twitter may have saved America. Would you agree with that? So this Palestinian cement factory thing is true. $310 million of your taxpayer money went to a Palestinian cement factory. What did the Palestinians in Gaza use all that cement for, paid for by your taxpayer dollars? Any idea? Oh yeah, that would be the 300 miles of terror tunnels that Hamas built under the Gaza Strip, leading to the complete destruction of the Gaza Strip. Brilliant. Oh Lord. Look how many bookmarks we got. I don't think we can get through them all, bruv. Mate. Oh my, the amount of wastage is insane. Elon Musk says universities with tens of billions in endowments were siphoning off 60% of research award money for overhead. So they're just stealing all your money in every way possible. The universities are nicking it too, bruv. Oh my God, you've been had. Who would defend this? Who would defend this in their right mind?
Brad W says, palate cleanser. William Shatner just dumped on Mark Hamill on X. Kenneth83DK says, even her in Denmark most regular folks and the media are still screaming Hitler Hitler fucking hilarious. Victoria Rockwell says you mean he shat on him.
Red Cross getting loads of money because if they fix the problem of terrorism and grief, they won't have any more money. Why do you think they're in bed with Hamas? They got your tax dollars. Red Cross, they're in on it too. The richest man in the world is working for free in order to stop your government from robbing you blind. Instead of complaining, why don't you just show some appreciation? Oh Lord. This naughty timeline. We're going to have to keep this going until 2028. Don't let it slip, y'all. Yeah, so the federal judge blocked Elon Musk's Doge from accessing Treasury Department records. That's how crooked shit is. You can't access this anymore because I say so. What? Go to the Supreme Court, bruv. Go to the Supreme Court. WikiLeaks getting in on it. We touched on this earlier. USAID has pushed nearly $500 million through a secretive US government finance NGO. Non-governmental organization. Okay. Right. That is double speak if I ever heard it. Called Internews Network, which worked with 4,291 media outlets producing in 1 year 4,799 hours of broadcast, reaching up to 778 million people and training over 9,000 journalists, according to 2023 figures. Internews Network also has supported social media censorship. So $500 million went to 4,291 media outlets to tell them to support censorship and promote censorship, and if they don't, they lose the funding. That's where your money's gone. The operation has offices in 30 countries, including main offices in US, London, Paris, regional headquarters in Kiev, Bangkok, and Nairobi. It's headed by Jean Bergeault, who pays herself $451,000 a year. She's always with the World Economic Forum. She worked out of the US Embassy in Moscow in the 90s. She was in charge of a $250 million budget, and in other revolts or conflicts at critical times. Okay. In her bio are other key people and board members who've recently been scrubbed from its website but remain accessible at archive.org. Records show the board being co-chaired by Democrat Securocrat. Oh my God. Wife of Nvidia billionaire. Both major Democratic donor. Man. In 2023, support by Hillary Clinton, Bergeault launched a $10 million Internews Network fund at the Clinton Global Initiative. The Internews Network page showing a picture of Bergeault at the CGI has also been deleted. So like they're all stealing your money and using it to promote censorship and harmful leftist policies. Oh my God. It has at least 6 captive subsidiaries under unrelated names, including one based out of the Cayman Islands. Since 2008, when Electronic Records began, more than 95% of its budget has been supplied by the US government. 500 bill. Look how... that's like, oh my God. Just that fraction of the $33 trillion worth of debt went that far into all these headquarters promoting censorship all over the world. Even it ended up trying to hide itself in the Cayman Islands. Mate, this timeline, let's go Musk, expose it all. George Soros received $260 million from USAID. Oh my God, I just can't handle it, dude. And then Democrats are screaming about Elon Musk standing side by side with Donald Trump and being as transparent as possible, which is what you'd want from any government. And yet they're silent on George Soros pulling the strings from behind the scenes. Elon Musk announced USAID's DC office building is being occupied by Customs and Border Protection. Look at this. This timeline is so tasty. This is a job for big balls, says Elon Musk, when the Pentagon failed an audit. Send in big balls. Man, the Pentagon's going to get audited. This is the Government Accountability Office building. This is what Doge was supposed to be. They currently employ 3,275 people. They do nothing. Doge employs like 20 and does 1 million times the work. Just unbelievable how messed up the government has become. It's amazing to see all this stuff. Why did USAID give $68 million to the World Economic Forum? That's where your money was going. How do you feel about this? Dude, this is like the biggest money laundering operation ever. Why are people upset at Doge for exposing government waste? Why are they? Why are they? USAID spent millions of dollars on cloud seeding. I thought that was a conspiracy theory. It's true. Look, every single piece of fraud and excessive funding they're cutting, they're posting, and it's on their website and it's on X. For example, here's one of their X's. Doge says great coordination across 35 agencies over the last 2 days to terminate 199 wasteful contracts, saving $250 million, including contract for Asia Pacific, Sri Lanka climate change mitigation, adaptation and resilience, workshop for intercultural communication, diversity, dialogue circle, communicating across differences. Bro, the government have been screwing you so hard, they're laughing at you. They actually think you believe that this is going to these made up things. Oh man, this is crazy stuff. Man, I love it. I hope this becomes the standard across the world. I really do. Trump has directed Musk to audit the Pentagon, y'all.
Quickly to follow up on what Peter was asking, have you directed Elon Musk to review Pentagon spending, given it's the biggest discretionary spending in the federal budget?
Yes, I have Pentagon, education, just about everything. We're going to go through everything, just as it was so bad with what we just went through with this horrible situation we just went through, and I guess 97% of the people have been dismissed. It was very, very unfortunate. You're not going to find anything like that, but you're going to find a lot. And I've instructed him to go check out education, to check out the Pentagon, which is the military. And, sadly, you'll find some things that are pretty bad. But I don't think proportionally you're going to see anything like we just saw.
Dude, I love how Trump's so cool with this, man. I love how he's so cool with it. We're auditing the Pentagon, y'all. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get through all this news. It's actually going to happen. Like, everyone's making noises about this. But look, like, all the criminal Democrats are out protesting Elon Musk auditing and, like, stopping the money just going to wasteful places. But when all these disasters happened in America, the same Democrats were silent. They're such criminals. They're such criminals. Do you remember when they were in the White House, how grim it was? Oh, Lord. Let's bring it back, y'all. Ted Cruz confirms USAID secretly poured uncountable hundreds of millions of dollars toward Hamas, including tens of millions of cash they could never account for. Throughout the Biden admin, they knew the money they were pouring into Gaza would benefit Hamas. They did it anyways. Mate, stop giving out money overseas, especially to these dumb countries. Elon Musk, I love this comment. We're on the same page, Musk. He says, I love Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man. I can't get enough of this timeline. May it never end. Your federal tax dollars, 9 million to Reuters, 3.3 million to BBC, Associated Press, 20 mil, NY Times, 50. The government was using your tax to pay newspapers to become propaganda outlets, to attack the person that you're voting for. Hundreds of millions went to them. Why do you think the press is all like that? And why do you think the press survives when they just talk shit the whole time? It's because they're being propped up by your tax dollars. It's artificial life that they're giving them. Unreal, dudes. Unreal.
Victoria Rockwell says turns out Dwight Schrute was right about the Red Cross and their racket all along. Brad W says, H.A. Vic. Brad W says, stealing that lol. Victoria Rockwell says lol steal away. Chris Campbell says, billion used to feel like a big number. Now I'm becoming desensitized.
So people now speculating the reason polls always miss to the left is because your tax dollars are funding it. I would not be surprised in the slightest, bruv. So you want to hear them say big balls on CNN? Look what Elon Musk made them do. Super genius.
So this is a 19-year-old high school graduate who has used the unfortunate nickname Big Balls online. So that would be one way that we could refer to him. He is now working at Musk's behest inside Doge. And we looked into his background. And so we found, several notable things, Aaron, one of which is that this individual has founded multiple companies, including one with another unfortunate name, Tesla.Sexy LLC, which he established in 2021. He would have been around 16 years old. Now, this LLC controls dozens of web domains.
So, Kara, you hear this, and you have known Elon Musk for years. So now you look at these young men who are now in data and in the private information about maybe hundreds of millions of American citizens as young as 19, the big balls here that Katie's talking about. Most of them are in their early 20s. There's an exception I'm going to get to in a minute. I'm curious, though, Kara.
These ladies love the big balls.
Know these young men, do you think?
I have no idea. I think there is no vetting whatsoever, as you can see, that's taking place.
There's no vetting. It's like the highest IQ people known to man, the ultimate super geniuses. They could take 1 million of this woman's brains and put it into one brain, and it still wouldn't make up 10% of the brain capacity of big balls. And here they are, these schmucks talking crap on the Doge team. Give me a break, you useless hack.
To Katie and the really great team. Wired has done an astonishing job here. I could make a joke that's probably why he was hired for all this ridiculous nonsense and other nefarious things. But, there's an expression in technology that's it's a feature, not a bug.
What are you talking about, woman? Nothing. A whole load of nothing is coming out your mouth. Whole lot of mercy. Okay. Such a good timeline. Such a good timeline. Oh, mate. And then whenever you see these big protests, you can see that they're AstroTurf. None of these protests were actually real. You know that they were all funded by the US government. You know that's where these bricks came from for BLM and Antifa. You absolutely know it. You know it. If it went to terror tunnels in Gaza, it definitely went to starting all this unrest with BLM and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so heads are rolling. FEMA director says all payments to illegal immigrants have been halted after Elon Musk's Doge discovered 59 mil of FEMA dollars went to housing illegal immigrants last week alone. So like 4 people lost their jobs over this. So some people are being held to account. But what we really, really need is arrests. We also want to see Joe Biden, Kamala Harris and Chuck Schumer get properly audited. We need to find out what they were doing. Do we not? So the Chief Financial Officer, Mary Comans of FEMA, has been fired for illegally funding migrant luxury hotels in NYC. Are you tired of winning? This is, oh man, if Biden had been elected, this would still be going. This is what's happening rampantly in the UK. Another 5 years of this in the UK. 5 years of the Prime Minister allowing this whole lie, despite his BS claims that he's trying to reduce migration. Tucker Carlson says 50% of all US weapons sent to Ukraine are being resold on the black market. 50%, including to Mexican drug cartels. Absolutely lovely. So various FEMA officials are now getting fired for subverting Trump's orders and sending money still to illegal migrants, even when he tried to stop it. Whole lot of mercy. Are you liking this? I'm liking this. Mate, there's just so much corruption and censorship. It's a cesspool. It really, really is. So Elon Musk is now saying that the leading Democrats are part of the crime scheme. So Elon Musk is essentially trying to arrest people like Chuck Schumer, Pocahontas, you know, Elizabeth Warren, people like that. I think that's where this is going. Because House Judiciary GOP said, why are Democrats so worried about Elon Musk exposing waste, fraud and abuse of federal tax dollars? He says, because they're in on it. Are we going to finally see these scumbags in jail for the crimes they've committed? I cannot wait. And then people on the left are celebrating this activist judge blocking Trump's viewing of the Treasury system. But then, don't you remember when Joe Biden said the Supreme Court tried to block me from relieving student debt, but they didn't stop me. I relieved student debt for over 5 million Americans anyways. I'm going to keep going. I mean, Trump, keep looking into the Treasury, mate. We're just going by the rules that they created, right? So look how bad the deficit is getting. It's even worse than expected, says Elon Musk. Fraud and waste accelerated massively under the Biden administration. The first 4 months of fiscal year 2025 produced a deficit of 838 billion. That's 306 billion more than the deficit recorded in the same period last fiscal year. We're running a 2.5 trillion annual deficit. Mate, the numbers make my head spin. Why? Man, the fraud is it's like an addiction to fraud and theft. It's an addiction, y'all. Trump is talking about how the activist judges are trying to impede him. He's saying certain activists and highly political judges want us to slow down or stop. Losing this momentum will be very detrimental to finding the truth, which is turning out to be a disaster for those involved in running our government. Much left to find, no excuses. Let's go, Trumpy Pumpy. Let's go. Bring them all down. Scott Jennings goes off on activist judges. He says, should the president have to share the presidency with 300 district court judges? No. Exactly. So what, is it going to be 4 years of activist judges just tying Trump up? We need to get around this, and quick time. It shouldn't be that easy to stymie the Trumpster since we all voted for him, or at least you did. USAID reportedly bankrolled Al-Qaeda terrorist college tuition, unearthed records show from the USAID. It just gets better, man. How can anyone be angry finding out this fraud? So 4 employees at the Department of Homeland Security are being fired today for circumventing leadership and unilaterally making the egregious payment for hotels for migrants. Man, the absolute, the audacity, even at this stage, to keep it going, thinking they're invincible. That's how corrupt these people have become. They thought they're untouchable. They're real gangsters. Can you believe you're spending your tax dollars on this?
Is an opportunity to have a difficult conversation when it comes to DEIA There is an avatar, and behind that avatar, there is a trained individual who is going to have the conversation. He or she will be able to either elevate the difficulty of the conversation or back down and understand. The time that we're living in is we have conversations that are difficult, specifically dealing with people or differences of opinions. It's important for us as individuals and leaders.
Dude, and this dude, head of diversity and inclusion, received a 2.3 million contract for ridiculous VR training courses that taught soldiers how to have difficult conversations about DEI, Marxist struggle session. Oh my god, mate, what the hell? Man, they use your tax money to make everything woke. They did it. Look how far. Even like a couple of mil goes. Unbelievable. No wonder this happened so fast. Man. Billions and billions and trillions of dollars disappearing unaccounted for. We cannot accept this. It is unacceptable. Elon Musk is doubling down all the while. Love it. Absolutely love it. Stephen Miller says about these judges trying to stop Trump from accessing the Treasury records. If a district court judge wants control over the entire executive branch, he should run for president. Here. I agree. Are we ever going to get through these bookmarks? Doge is just terminating billions of dollars worth of fraud, and I love it. Steve on X says, once Kash Patel gets confirmed, brace yourselves for the arrest. It's going to be biblical. I feel like we're living in biblical times. Do you not? I certainly do. Joy Reid had to use the word big balls. Check this out. Elon Musk, what a super genius.
Let me ask you this, because the Democrats are in the minority, so you have only so much leverage. Have you all essentially made it clear to Mike Johnson that until they allow you all to subpoena big balls and the normalized Indian hate guy, at least subpoena them or subpoena Elon Musk? Let me ask you this, because the Democrats are in the minority, so you have only so much leverage. Have you all essentially made it clear to Mike Johnson that until they allow you all to subpoena big balls and the normalized Indian hate guy?
Oh my God. Yeah, he said normalize Indian hate. And then they reinstalled him, which is kind of awesome. It's like, it's not a nice thing to hear, but to put someone in purgatory for the rest of their life for some stupid flippant comment when much more severe things are going on is insane. And we need to stop this pearl clutching. He said this, he said that. Come on, man. All it leads to is this extremist position that speech is violence. Then we're going to arrest people who say things we don't like, which is exactly what's happening in the UK. Mate, DEI offices caving left, right, and centre. Mate, imagine if Trump hadn't got elected. Oh my lord. Justin, Doge's Big Balls is back, and he has a new important role at the State Department and has his own government email address now. Big Balls will help save America. This is Big Balls, apparently. Doge Teen, known online as Big Balls, is now a government expert. Let's go. Let's go. Elizabeth Warren is screaming into a microphone, shaking in anger to protest Elon Musk cutting government waste. These are the people who you know are most corrupt because they're screaming the loudest, and these are the people who've done nothing and they've made the most money. Seriously.
For every American who doesn't want some weird Elon Musk suck up.
Dude, you are so much protection. You are just weird. You are a weird woman. You look like you've come out in your nightgown, you filthy alcoholic, to pick up some booze from the local liquor store on your way back to bed. Look at the state of you, woman. Where have you made $80 million? And of course, she's hating on the guy who made his money legitimately, who's way smarter than her. It's funny how they all scuttle out now that their kickbacks are in jeopardy, right? Suddenly they come crawling out, and it just makes them look worse. Like I said, the more they scream, the further and further away they get from ever regaining the presidency. Would anyone want to vote for something like this? Trump has the best approval ratings, and this is the hill you're going to die on. You want to protect the fraud and wastage of tax dollars. You don't want it to be transparent. You want to hide it from people, and you get to decide who sees it and what's done with it. These people are fucked. These people are fucked. Keep going.
Searching through your personal private data.
What about the 80,000 IRS officers that would look at our private data who weren't as smart as Musk and as accomplished as Musk, with a team of people with like 190 IQ? I can't even watch this treasonous hag. I can't watch it. but they're reacting badly. Listen how crazy the fraud is, right? Listen to what Musk is saying. He's seen the numbers. He's seen it all. He's seen it all. He says, at this point, I'm 100% certain that the magnitude of the fraud in the federal entitlements, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, welfare, disability, etc., exceeds the combined sum of every private scam you've ever heard by far, all caps. It's not even close. Dude, are you ready for this? Nuclear warhead of truth. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, welfare, disability exceeds the combined sum of every private scam you've ever heard by far, and it's not even close. This actually could bring down the Democrat Party forever if this gets properly audited, and that's what he's doing. And as I said, he can't back out. And if there's one person who can audit it, it is this man. We are living in crazy times. Finally, we're getting a transparent government. I love it. It's the largest fraud in history by far, Elon Musk says. By largest fraud in history, he's claiming, and he's seen the numbers. He can't hide anything now. It's all transparent and out in the open. FEMA funds illegal migrants. They live in luxury apartments with your tax dollars. That's where it's been going. The fraud is off the charts. It's off the scale. Jeffrey A. Tucker says, pay attention to what's happened. Over the last days, several appointed federal judges, on their own subjective judgment and using all their power, have written pieces of paper that overruled the wishes of 74.2 million Americans who've expressed their will concerning the shape of the regime that rules them. Instead, they say permanent bureaucrats should rule all without any say from the voters who pay the bills. This is called tyranny. And this is what Musk touched on in his press conference, standing side by side with Trump, and it was an extraordinary image. And he said that if you have a special fourth branch of government, a bureaucratic branch of government that's not beholden to Congress, the House, the Senate, and the elected representatives, you don't have a democracy anymore. And he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. And yeah, Elon Musk was elected to do this. Trump says it best.
The few good ones, but I mean, usually when you have a list like that, you'll have a couple of like bad ones and all good ones. Here we have a couple of good ones and all bad ones. Just hundreds of horrible places that they're giving this money. So I don't know if it's kickbacks or what's going on, but the people, look, I ran on this and the people want me to find it. And I've had a great help with Elon Musk, who's been terrific. He comes in with 100 of very smart people. You know, it started off with 12. Then it went to 15, then it went to 25, then it went to 50, and everybody wants to join. And I guess you have to have an IQ of about 175 at least to do it. They're a smart group of people. They don't dress as well as you or maybe me, but they are smart. And they go in there and they talk to people, and the people get all tongue-tied because they have no idea. You know, nobody thought this would be caught. And
so you'll fight this in court. But
bro, this timeline is so delicious. Oh, my God. Are you enjoying this? I'm enjoying this. Under Biden, FEMA took money away from Americans in need of disaster relief and spent it on 5-star hotels for illegals. Pure evil, according to Elon Musk. Man. Oh man, this is so good. Big brain move. One of the other young Doge guys, not Big Balls, has a Substack where you can pay $1,000 a month or $10,000 a year and there's nothing on it. He knew that journos trying to dig up dirt on him would pay to see if there's anything bad there. And it's super funny that he's made money off people trying to get dirt on him. Man, these supposedly too young to do anything good or useful Doge employees are actually pretty good and useful, wouldn't you say?
Victoria Rockwell says, I love hearing Joy Reid say it cause she hates it so hard. Victoria Rockwell says, well, I'm upper class high society, God's gift to ballroom notoriety, and I always fill my ballroom. The event is never small. The social pages say I've got the biggest balls of all. Victoria Rockwell says he was talking about getting rid of these judges. IDK how he does that, but I saw a clip earlier of him talking about it. Brad W says, Ali, let the anger consume you. Join us.
Join us, Ali.
Says,
where's Ali gone?
Born and raised in NY, lived there for 30 plus years and never once stayed in a luxury hotel, nor could I ever afford to at any time. Victoria Rockwell says, Pocahontas more like Butch Dyke after a week-long bender. Brad W says, Don't insult Pocahontas Johnny, she has not went to the store for herself in decades lol.
Damn.
Victoria Rockwell says that's because the racist store owners don't take wampum. Perfiona says, you couldn't write a movie this harrowing and exciting, and this is real life. Ali says I'm freezing my ass off in this shitchuck and illegals are in luxury hotels in NYC. They're a mad trucker says, that's just stupid.
Ali, like, where's Ali's comment? Like, Ali's comment doesn't even appear. Like, I think the comment gets banned, but it still comes through on the ninja chat or the special chat. I can't explain it, but it's coming through. Coming through. What you gonna do when Ali comes for you? And Doge, I should say. So, Paul Seipeler on X rightly questions, what is the point of elections if judges can override everything a president does? Elon Musk responds, democracy in America is being destroyed by a judicial coup. An activist judge is not a real judge. I agree. Who would disagree with that? This is deeply wrong, says Musk. A judge just blocked dropping the overhead charged on NIH grants from the outrageous 60% to a far more reasonable 15%. The judge is forcing the corruption to continue. What the fuck? Mate, these activist judges, how can we stop this nonsense? Man, they've really stacked the deck, haven't they? The Democrats. It's so filthy what they've done. Oh my God. So, like, President Trump responds to Pocahontas' comments about the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Check this out. They shut down her magnum opus, her supposed magnum opus. They just shut it down. I love this timeline.
Mr. President, regarding the Consumer Financial Protection...
Trump won, y'all. Now he's just the big boss, laying the smacketh down on the daily. Fuck you, Faye, pay me.
By freezing it, it's giving big banks and giant corporations the green light to spend families.
Pocahontas, the faker. That was set up to destroy people. She used that as her little personal agency to go around and destroy people. And she's a fake. Just like she said she was an Indian, and she wasn't an Indian. You have more Indian blood in you than she has. She went to college based on the fact that she was an Indian. She got jobs based on the fact that she was an Indian. She's a fake.
Man.
That was set up to destroy some very good people, and it worked. I mean, it worked. A lot of great people. I'll tell you, before I ever heard the term, people would come up to me in the Midwest and areas that say, sir, I'm being destroyed by them. They use that to destroy people. She's a nasty woman. She's a really nasty woman, despite her phony beer commercial.
What did he say?
She's a really nasty woman, despite her phony beer commercial.
My Lord.
We did the right thing. That was a very important thing to get rid of.
He's like crushed her shitty agency. I love it. You're fired.
And it was also a waste. I mean, number one, it was a bad group of people running it, but it was also a waste. If you looked at when she really ran it, wow, that was a vicious group of people. They really destroyed a lot of people.
And you can confirm it's
I love this man.
to have it totally eliminated,
I
the
would
agency?
say, yeah, because we're trying to get rid of waste, fraud, and abuse.
Oh, mate, Elizabeth Warren, how is she going to sleep tonight? Fucking that, mate. That was savage by the Trumpster. Put that into my veins. If I could take that direct. Hot man, I feel like it's time for another cigar and a bottle of champers, bruv. Is it not? So, Director of Grants Administration of FEMA, she was the one who defied President Trump's executive order and allocated 59 mil to house illegal immigrants in luxury hotels. Whole lot of mercy. So she lost her job. This is the face of corruption, y'all. Where do you think that money went? She got rich and she kept quiet, allowing illegal refugees in on your taxpayer dime, while vets and American homeless are freezing in the streets just so she could line her pockets. It's such a gigantic racket. Oh, Lord. People are saying she's still active in her role. One of the heads was fired. Let's check this update on this. Stacey Street, FEMA fired. She's still in there? No, she's still there. She's still there. But heads are rolling. Definitely at least 4 employees have lost their jobs with FEMA. So, mate, do you remember this freaking clown show? Diversity hire. She goes, I'm proud to be the first, like, Akblay, email Faye, Esbian Lay. Who gives an Uck Faye about your in-color skay, and about your ender J, and about your actual say efference prey. No, that doesn't mean you're competent. Actually, it reduces the talent pool by way beyond 90% if you're hiring on those 3 metrics. Also, you're wearing your dad's suit. You went into your dad's closet and you took his suit and you put it on. It's far too big for you. It's 3 sizes too big. You look like you're auditioning for the Penguin in a Netflix series. What is wrong with you? Do you remember this clown show? This incapable press secretary? Whole lot of mercy. Do you remember when she said funds were not being used to fund illegal migrants? Remember that?
Funds used on immigrants. This is a falsehood. Disaster relief funds used on immigrants illegally in the U.S. The fact is, no money is being diverted from response needs. That's the fact.
Bro.
Misinformation, disinformation is indeed dangerous. It gets in the way in what we're
Mate, this is the thing is the government fucks everything up. That's how you know when there's government corruption, because the government is so bad at doing its job. They can't hire a press secretary. They can't distribute funds properly. They can't make anything good. When you see this much failure, you know the government is behind it. Only the government could hire someone this incompetent. They're not good at anything and it's all falling apart. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Brad W says, Ali is shadow banned. Sh's death worthy.
Yes.
Yellow says, KJP wearing a full-on henchman suit. Chris Campbell says, do you remember when KJP said, let me be clear?
Mate, I've erased that from my memory. We're getting through the bookmarks, y'all. So all the Democrats are screaming. They're calling Doge the Department of Government evil. Keep going, Elon Musk. Keep going, big balls and all other great autists working on this. Musk says they're hiding massive fraud and don't want their grift to end. This is how we know we're over the target. These people getting arrested, y'all. Everything Doge... What they need to do is make a plea deal and, like, spare them jail, but get them to rat everybody else out and clear this up once and for all. Put an AI system in place, monitoring every single government transaction, have it all on the blockchain where everyone can see it, and then we'll be good, right? Everything will be good and tasty. They're hiding massive fraud, says Elon Musk. Man, it's coming out, y'all. It is coming out. Whole lot of mercy. Whole lot of mercy. What's up, the real mad trucker? Okay. Going in hard. We're going in strong. We going in right, they're going in wrong. Whole lot of mercy. Yeah, so Trump shut down Elizabeth Warren's boondoggle. The CFPB. Big Ball shut it down. That was supposed to be her crowning achievement. In the end, it was her clowning achievement. Department of Big Balls. Have some of that. Whole lot of mercy. Few people realize that Elon Musk's tech team unleashed data crawlers as USAID and Treasury IT systems, and they those IT systems, and they already have all the evidence of the crimes of the Democrats. Court orders blocking further access doesn't matter at all. This is why the radical left is now calling for civil war, because they've been caught committing large-scale financial felonies, election rigging, kickbacks, bribery, money laundering, and more. All that's needed now is about 5,000 DOJ prosecutors to start arresting and prosecuting. The evidence is already wrapped up and irrefutable. Elon and Trump literally just took down the corrupt Democrat cabal. Like I said, they've got all the info. You think they didn't download it already? That's from Health Ranger on X. Thank you, Health Ranger. So, like, more federal judges are blocking Trump from doing things like firing special counsel Hampton Dellinger. Who are these people we didn't elect? Come on now. We elected the Trumpster. Stop getting in his way. Let him do his job. So there's all these activist judges trying to block what Trump is doing. Supreme Court, let us go. Let us go, go, go. Yeah, let us rock and roll, baby. I can see that light at the end of the tunnel. So you can try to impeach federal judges. That's what they did in El Salvador, and that's what the president of El Salvador said he did to clean up the country. And they did the same thing to him when he was revealing all the corruption over there. We reloading X's. We reloading X's, y'all. Yeah. Reuters received far more money than $9 million from the US government organizations, but via various subsidiaries and intermediaries to hide how they were getting it. This is just what Doge has found so far. Never ever go to Reuters again. It's compromised. It's paid for by the leftist administration. Yes, baby. Yes, baby. Ayanna Pressley, who looks like a Disney diversity hire for the next Disney Plus Star Wars flop, is saying that they now need to censor Americans, and they're looking to find people willing to work to censor Americans.
Look, let me tell you something. I'll take a bit of umbrage here. I'll speak on behalf of my colleagues. I think I can say
Smug sociopath.
are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people.
Bro. Keep doing this shit. Keep doing this shit for 2028 and the midterms. Please, please, please let these people go to the front of the queue. 58 cancellations today from Doge. $150 million saved in categories including media, DEI and consulting. This includes $405,000 at the Department of Homeland Security for resilience, energy and sustainability management program support devices, and $4 million at Department of Transport for DEIA program and project management support services. I need $4 million for diversity, equity and inclusion assistance in a program and project management support service. And I need $405,000 for resilience. Can I have $405,000 for some resilience? And also, some other things, not just resilience, for energy and sustainability management program support services. Can I have $405,000 for those things? Promise I won't spend it on anything else, bruv. Promise. Facts. This is really what was found. It's all on the Doge website. Purely transparent. This is another activist judge who ordered the Trump admin to restore the website info on gender ideology and sex change operations. His wife was funded by USAID. So when they remove USAID, an activist judge whose wife is funded by USAID tells them not to remove the USAID things because she still wants to keep getting money from USAID. Do you see how dirty and infested this is? This is insane. Look at this. This is what's on the front page of X basically today. The meme with a jar of money that's full for money for Anne's gender tray comic books in Peru, and then it's next to a jar with no money in, which has money for hurricane aid. Elon says not anymore. Man, don't you love this timeline? If you're in the UK, you must be so green with envy. We are literally, this is what's going on in the UK right now, times 10, with no end in sight, at least for 5 years, by which time it would be too late. It's already too late in my opinion. Yeah, heads will roll. The Associated Press has taken over $52 million worth of government money, according to Chadwick Moore. That's where your tax money went, to propagandize yourself. This is insane. So the Democrats' witness defending the government's horrific record on finding waste and fraud is an actual blind man. And this meme says it all. You own a store, your store gets robbed. Elon looks at the video footage of the robbery and tells you who did it. Now you want to arrest Elon. You're an idiot. What is wrong with these people? Trump announced that Reuters was paid $9 million by the Department of Defense to study large-scale social deception. This is actually real. This is something that Doge found. They actually said the quiet part out loud. They're funding large-scale social deception at Reuters. Trump says, give the money back now. And check this out. Heads are rolling. New Attorney General Pamela Bondi says, proud to announce new litigation against the state of New York for prioritizing illegal aliens over American citizens. This is a new DOJ. If you're not complying with the federal law, you are next. So they're basically going to try to arrest people who are trying to still launder money via the migrant industrial complex. I'm so ready for this. So super ready. You want to see how mad this corruption is? According to @America on X, the Pentagon spent $32,000 replacing 25 cups and overpaid 8,000% for soap dispensers. Tip of the iceberg. Oh shit. I need a new desk. It's going to cost $20 million. And once you give me that money, I promise I'm going to spend it all on my desk. That's what they've been doing to us in the government. Whole lot of mercy. Check this out. Musk shone a light on this news. Biden staffers literally squirreled away $20 billion worth of government money in a private bank account so that they could further redirect it to 8 NGOs and spend it after leaving government.
Hi, this is EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin. One of my very top priorities at EPA is to be an excellent steward of your hard-earned tax dollars. There will be zero tolerance of any waste and abuse. An extremely disturbing video circulated 2 months ago featuring a Biden EPA political appointee talking about how they were tossing gold bars off the Titanic, rushing to get billions of your tax dollars out the door before Inauguration Day. The gold bars were tax dollars, and tossing them off the Titanic meant the Biden administration knew they were wasting it. Following this revelation, during my meetings with members of Congress, I made a very important commitment to them and to the American people, which I reiterated at my confirmation hearing that if confirmed, I would immediately get a full accounting. Fortunately, my awesome team at EPA has found the gold bars. Shockingly, roughly $20 billion of your tax dollars were parked at an outside financial institution by the Biden EPA.
The fuck?
This scheme was the first of its kind in EPA history, and it was purposefully designed to obligate all of the money in a rush job with reduced oversight. Even further, this pot of $20 billion was awarded to just 8 entities that were then responsible for doling out your money to NGOs and others at their discretion with far less transparency.
Right.
Just under $7 billion was sent to one entity called the Climate United Fund.
The world's going to end in 7 years, guys. Can I have $7 billion? Thank you. Now I'm going to go save the world. Promise I'm going to spend it on the climate. Jesus Christ.
I'm sure you and
I can't watch this crazy shit anymore. Your money is disappearing real quick. So go to doge.gov. You can see all of this info transparently, where the government is spending your money and where the waste is being cut. You get the Xfeed posts, you get the consolidated government org chart, enormous manual effort consolidating 16,000 offices. All the bureaucracy is going into the oil drum, bruv. 3, summary of the massive regulatory state, including the unconstitutionality index, ratio of rules written by unelected bureaucrats to laws passed by Congress. Coming soon, targeting Valentine's Day. Romantic. Description, amount of each cost reduction with receipts where applicable. Overall savings scorecard. We will constantly be working to maximize the site's utility and transparency. Man, this guy is the end of the Democrats. All you had to do was acknowledge him and just support someone who deserved your support, who was clearly making America the strongest country in the world indefinitely. Like, no one can compete with an Elon Musk. It's a once in a I don't know how many generations talent. All you had to do was give him the respect he deserved, and you just treated him like dirt because you were not able to corrupt him like everybody else around you. You shouldn't have done that, bro. You should not have done that. And you still call him stupid. Let's see how that's working out for you, bruh. Love it, love it. Doge.gov, y'all. Transparent. Look, this is what I was talking about. Reuters was paid millions of dollars by the US government for large-scale social deception. That is literally what it says on the purchase order. Now we know why the left is in total panic mode. The walls are literally closing in on massive scams. Active social engineering defense. Large-scale social deception. Holy crap, dude. Lord of mercy. That's literally what it says on the purchase order. They're a total scam, says Elon Musk. So there was a reporter talking to Trump's press secretary and asking for proof of these contracts Doge is terminating. And press secretary Caroline Leavitt literally pulls out pieces of paper and rattles off each one. She says they've been incredibly transparent. They post their actions every day online. Also, before it was Elon Musk, it was some unnamed bureaucrat none of you knew. Elon Musk is the richest in the world and now one of the most highly scrutinized in the world. There is great transparency. We have receipts of contracts found by Doge. We are not hiding anything. This is so good. Look, big crucifix there. And a babe. Oh my Lord. It's so good. Okay, you want... So do you remember... They're about to get to Medicaid. Do you remember earlier when Musk said the combined amount of fraud within Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security is more than the total sum of every single scam that you've ever come across in your life? Look at this. So according, this is oh my God, this is so insane. This timeline is incredible. We're finding out all of the crimes and corruption and fraud within the government. It's all coming to light. It's amazing. Look at this. Errol Weber says the Doge subcommittee just discovered. Listen to this. $2.7 trillion in improper payments in Medicare and Medicaid overseas to people who should not have gotten it. Dude. Bro. You can't hide fraud of that scale. If this is true, 2.7, this is only in Medicare and Medicaid, and there's probably more. It's the tip of the iceberg, probably. We're only just finding out about this. $2.7 trillion in Medicare and Medicaid that went overseas and should never have been given out. The national debt is something like what, 33 trillion? So, nearly 10% of all of national debt that's destroying America and making inflation go mental is made up of fraud just in Medicare and Medicaid, and it went overseas. I can't believe this has happened. I can't believe we're actually privy to this information, and I can't believe that we're privy to this information, because this is actually normal, and we've been conditioned to accept this isn't normal. That's how far we've fallen as a society. That's how bad this psyop's gotten, and that's how low our expectations have fallen. Oh my God, this is amazing. If this is true, and Elon Musk commented on this, he says, well, maybe this explains why the Democrats don't want Doge to investigate. Biggest fraud operation in human history, 2.7 trillion in improper payments through Medicare and Medicaid overseas. Dude, is this for real?
Brian.
Yes. I want to go back to Doge just for a second. Earlier, the subcommittee headed by Chairman Marjorie Taylor Greene, her and her staff discovered $2.7 trillion in improper payments to Medicare, Medicaid, overseas, to people who should not have gotten it. Some of this room might have missed that press conference. Can you elaborate on what the president is thinking at this point?
Well, again, that's another example. There's a very long list of the fraud, waste, and abuse that Doge is identifying on a daily basis. Elon Musk also talked about yesterday about Social Security payments that are going out the door for people who are no longer with us. Unfortunately, I would say that is certainly fraud. There's also a lot of contracts they've identified that, just as a hypothetical example, are $1 million, but only 500,000 went out the door. So where's the rest of that cash? And so that's the thing. Those are the things that Doge is working on every single day.
Democrats
and I would just remind everybody in this room, this is what President Trump campaigned on doing. He's delivering on a promise that 77 million people elected him to do.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
Brian.
Jesus Christ.
Victoria Rockwell says awesome perk. Sud says, sounds good. Sud says ha 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 ha. Death Claw Jedi says, I got a D on a science paper back in the 80s for debunking global warming and climate change. These bastages have been wanking their own cranks for decades.
It's time for this madness to stop. What's up, Deathclaw? So now Dems are getting violent. So Democrat Representative Robert Garcia just called for actual weapons to be used against Elon Musk in this fight for democracy.
To beat DS3. Might have to move on and declare that one a loss. Johnny. Chris Campbell says.
I beat the DS3.
Arthur Shaw says, hey y'all.
We beat it, Mark. We beat it. What's up? Arthur! Arthur! Yes, Chris. Chris, your icon's changed. What's that all about? So yeah, Robert Garcia, Democrat, just called for actual weapons to be used against Elon Musk in this fight for democracy. These people are violent.
I want to hear why, but do you think that
Yeah, look, this ad was run in DC that says help eliminate Elon. Mate, the Democrats have exposed themselves. They're dangerous and they're violent.
calling Elon Musk a dick
They're just the worst.
messaging for confronting what is a potential
It's a mental illness.
transformation of the U.S. government?
Well, he is a dick. And I think that he's also harming the American public in an enormous way. And what I think is really important...
By showing you how your money is spent and revealing the crimes that people like him have committed in spending that money illegally, Elon Musk is the danger. If that is true, war is peace. And freedom is slavery, my friends.
And what the American public want is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight for democracy. For the
Dude, these people are actually insane. I see, Chris. So Elon Musk actually said if we keep going this way and eliminate, he said if we can eliminate $1 trillion worth of debt, and he said it is possible, and he said if we can bring in like $1 trillion worth of growth, essentially through building contracts, he said that inflation will be zero. So Elon Musk has worked this out. So we might actually get like no inflation. Imagine if we cut off all this government waste and then we actually supercharge the economy, deregulate, and just let people go to work and be entrepreneurial and make money. It's going to be freaking heaven. Oh my God, I hope this happens. Elon Musk says, as it becomes clear that Doge is working, you'll see the long-term treasury bill yields fall, and all Americans will benefit from lower interest payments on mortgages, small business debt, credit cards, and other loans. And this is it, look. You had Soros in the background with Obama. He pulls the strings in the shadows, and then no one says anything about that. And this guy, ultimate transparency, held to account, goes on camera in front of the world and next to the President of the United States of America, answers all questions. What would you rather have? Jesus. Maxine Waters, one of the most corrupt, she made a Freudian slip and she said we don't know what all they have on us. So she knows that the illegal things that she's done are now known among Doge and its employees and Musk. Listen to Maxine Waters if you can. A Freudian slip.
People of this country are being violated because all of our privacy is being taken up by Elon Musk and Trump.
Dude, you were the ones who were spying on everything your party and censored and destroyed and deplatformed and cancelled people for misinformation. You're talking about privacy breach? What are you talking about, you hag?
And we don't know what all they have on us.
Yeah, we don't know what all they have on us. Yeah, well, we're going to find out, lady. How old is she? How old is this woman? 86 years old. You can barely speak English. I mean, her coming out is just going to make people abandon the Democratic Party more and more. I love this. They don't actually have anything left. Justin, President Trump has seized more than 80 million from New York City's bank account that would have been used to house illegal aliens. The money came from FEMA. Arrests need to be made. Why do you think loads of illegals are going there? It's because you set aside $80 million to fund them, you fool, yeah. You little fool. Fool, yeah. Oh my Lord. Eric Adams asked for an emergency meeting with Trump after FEMA cut 80 million for illegals. Perhaps you shouldn't have let in all those illegals in the first place, bruv. And now the whole point is they're going to leave. We don't want to fund them. That's not where we want our money to go. We live paycheck to paycheck, bruv. Oh Lord. Hold the phone. USAID paid $3 million to a Gaza rapper to create anti-Semitic music. Each revelation is crazier than the last. Bro, the depth of government wastage, fraud, and corruption is more than you actually ever would have thought possible. It's worse than even I thought. And I'm so pessimistic when it comes to the government and all that stuff. Oh, Lord. This goes back to what we just touched on, right? Sean of the Right on X says, did I just hear the White House press briefing question correctly? 2.7 trillion in improper Medicare, Medicaid payments to people overseas who weren't entitled to the benefit. This cannot be real. The entire national debt is 36 trillion. And you're telling me that you sent checks for 2.7 trillion to people overseas? I'm telling you right now, by the time we're done with these audits, we'll find at least $36 trillion worth of waste, fraud, and abuse. The entire national debt is waste, fraud, and abuse.
There may be, he's not been transparent. I mean, there may be.
They are making routine announcements about the things they are finding, and they are inviting questions about the things they are finding every single day.
But by definition, he's not being transparent. They're not providing data for the things that they say they have found evidence of.
So this woman's saying this against the backdrop of a rolling feed of all the evidence that Doge is providing in real time.
They just aren't.
I mean, the White House has provided.
You can make announcements, and he also did admit that he actually.
So you just don't believe it. I mean, they are providing information. You just choose not to believe that it's true.
That's right. Yeah. So, man, your friendly reminder: if your income has not risen by at least 23% since COVID hit, you are now poorer, and that is using the government's own data. The real number is likely 35% plus. So essentially, we have to work 35% harder. We have to give a third more of our energy and life and time in order to be where we were before. Rogan was talking with Benz recently about the darkest conspiracy theory that Ovid-19 was aid May and Able and Elise Ray intentionally in order to bring about the biggest generational shift in wealth ever seen to man and exert government control. I don't even want to fucking believe shit like that. But after seeing this cataclysmic amount of fraud, I mean, who would fucking be surprised if that were the... Oh, man, this is a crazy timeline. It's a crazy timeline. If normies aren't waking up this now, they basically never will. They never will, y'all. The best part about Doge is that liberals are forced to publicly defend blatant money laundering. Yep. This is crazy. Brandon says, I would just like to point out that Doge has been looking at the government waste spending and fraud, and they've yet to find an agency that was run correctly and lawfully. The entire government is a criminal organization. I mean, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Can we just do something about it, please? Here we go. Ron DeSantis. The real constitutional crisis is the evolution of a fourth branch of government, a massive power center insulated from accountability, immune from the results of elections, and yet eager to impose its will on we the people.
Adamisna says, so glad they are cleaning out the corruption.
Yes, my man. Good to see you, Adam. The real constitutional crisis lies in leftist district judges going beyond the proper role of the courts to block policy with which they disagree on flimsy political grounds. The real constitutional crisis results from a feckless Congress which has for decades forfeited the most potent constitutional weapon in our system, the power of the purse. Man, we need to fix this quick time. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Mate, the name is Balls, Harry Balls. That's what Elon Musk changed his name to troll the mainstream media, forcing them to read it out. Harry Balls. Mate, AI is getting... Look at this. Quickly gets out of his car. Got the cigar.
Apparently, now the disruptor in chief, Elon Musk, who apparently has adopted the alias, at least he changed his social media handle to Harry Balls, tweeted this morning, democracy in America is being destroyed by judicial coup.
Marketing genius.
An activist judge is not a real judge.
Bro, this timeline. Check this out. So all those people we talked about, those corrupt Congress people, might get investigated. So according to Election Wizard, who correctly predicted the outcome of the 2024 election down to each state, 100% accuracy, says Trump Elon launched plan to investigate low salary bureaucrats with high net worths. Maxine Waters, Chuck Schumer, AOC. Let's go, baby. Let's go. God tier trolling to force CNN and MSNBC to say big balls and Harry Balls in a serious voice on air. Mate, Musk is one of us, you shouldn't have pissed him off. Epstein's client list to be declassified, apparently, according to trending political news. JFK assassination going to be declassified. Apparently, there were 2 shooters, according to rumors. I'll believe it when I see it. Believe it when I see it. Oh, Lord. So, yeah, those are, I mean, I wanted to show you that Trump and Elon Musk are changing the world, changing the way we think about governments and the way governments are run. Finally, we are able to see what we always should have been able to see, which is how the government spends our money, where our money is going. And it turns out every single government agency in existence, bar none, is just a criminal money laundering agency, operation. And it's just stealing all of our money, and it's using all of these causes as excuses to steal our money. That's all it was the whole time. Fucking nuts. People need to go to prison, bruh. So, the deep state is real, y'all. Even Greece acknowledged it in a letter to Elon Musk recently, part of the Greek parliament. So, there's other news. There's other news. But we'll get there. We'll get there soon. Thanks, Shannon. I thought you'd like that thumbnail, bruh.
Chris Campbell says, I switched from my tablet to my desktop. Different account, I think. Chris Campbell says, I would agree the entire national debt is waste. A national debt should never need to happen for a country like America. Zlen Omega says crazy. Shannon Spear says, love the rampage thumbnail lol. La Negro says, guys are kicking butt but I want to see the arrest. Adamisna says not just money laundering but trying to spread transgenderism to a gazillion countries.
That's basically like a hard form of cult membership. Of cultism, if you will. If you believe in that, you're going to be so divided and angry, and your brain's just going to be just full of rage. You're going to go out to help the proletariat and the erasure of these poor people. Once you buy into that, you're a fucking leftist voter for life. Why do you think they spread that stuff so much? It also subverts all the institutions that are critical to a functioning democracy, and also destroys the minds of the children.
Hard to admit you're wrong after you've cut your penis off.
I would agree, mate. I would agree. So that's all the news on Doge. I wanted to bring you that. The government's corrupt. We're finding out about it thanks to the Trumpster and the masterful appointment of Elon Musk as the head of government audit, the Department of Government Efficiency. And I'm loving every second of it. So damn much.
Shannon Spear says, problem, reaction, solution.
Exactly. Exactly. How the communists always operate. They make a problem, and then they offer to fix the problem, and the solution to fixing the problem is more communism. So they advance communism, and then they make another problem, and it just goes around and around and around. So everything is destroyed. It's a snake eating its tail. So Tulsi Gabbard has been confirmed. This is very, very beast mode. I'm super happy about this, bruh.
Very much. And today we're delighted to swear in our next Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. Most of you know Tulsi. She's...
Mate, it's like Christmas. I can't believe this is true.
Fantastic woman. Tulsi, I want to just congratulate you, your husband, Abraham, your sister, and all of your friends.
What the hell have all these other bureaucrats
Brad W.
done for their country?
He needs to get cash in first before he starts arresting people.
Mate, cash. I'm here for the cash.
There's a lot of friends here. You have a lot of friends. I noticed that, huh? They were all fighting for you. It worked out very well. Tulsi Gabbard's an American of extraordinary courage and exceptional patriotism. She's devoted her entire life to public service, and I've watched her for years on different shows and everything. I said, she's a woman of great common sense, and, you know, we like the common sense. It's a word that's being used a lot. I think we started it in terms of politics, but it's a word that's used a lot. It's usually pretty effective.
Let's go, Tulsi.
Pam a few days ago, and this is again my honor. So congratulations to Tulsi, and I think Pam is going to administer the oath, and when she does that, I'll sign your new certificate. Good, thank you. Thank you very much, everybody.
Democrats are so screwed. Oh my God. Deep state trembling, crumbling, stumbling, bumbling, tumbling.
Place your left hand
bumbling.
on the Constitution and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear I, Tulsi Gabbard, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the
Dude, the
Constitution
hair is so
of
cool.
the United
Rogue
States
from the X-Men.
Shannon Spear says, she has a husband, I thought she was a carpet
against
muncher.
all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will
With
bear
emphasis on domestic.
and allegiance to the same,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
that I take this obligation freely,
I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Oh, mate, let's roll. Mate, my Bible looks like that.
The Oval Office looking. A little different look, right? It's the Oval Office.
Gulf of America. Look. And he's fucking got the World Cup behind him. I swear to God, it's behind that chair. Look, the fucking Trumpster. Sign that shit. Champs and cigars every day. Trump's gonna turn me into an alky.
Not bad.
Not bad. They're talking about his signature quality. Everything he does, he has to make it perfect.
Ready? I'll stand up here. I think we'll do it right here. Come on over here, Abraham.
He's got the Bible.
Okay, I'm sure there are no questions.
Mr. President,
Oh, mate, killed it with that one. Trumpster.
Let Tulsi say a few words first, and we could answer a couple of questions, okay? Good. Leave
Time for some Trumpy Pumpy. Mate, FBI.
Mr. President, first and foremost,
Trembling.
I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for the trust that you have placed in me to fulfill this critical position as Director of National Intelligence at any time, but specifically during this time. Unfortunately, the American people have very little trust in the intelligence community, largely because they've seen the weaponization and politicization of an entity that is supposed to be purely focused on ensuring our national security. So I look forward to being able to help fulfill that mandate that the American people delivered to you very clearly in this election, to refocus our intelligence community by empowering the great patriots who have chosen to serve our country in this way, and focus on ensuring the safety, security, and freedom of the American people.
Beast mode. Okay, so Tulsi is tearing it up. Mummy Tulsi doing God's work. RFK has also been confirmed. This is actually true. This is nuts, dude. Okay, let's find out what's happening with RFK. I mean, it's Betty buys for me. RFK. It's basically coming. RFK is coming, dude. RFK is coming. It's done. RFK is confirmed. Health and Human Services Secretary nomination. Yes, 51. No, 47. Whole lot of mercy. Warren said RFK is disqualified, dangerous, and cannot be given the power to make critical healthcare decisions for millions of Americans. Look at this criminal hobbit. He's stealing our money. Stealing no more, lady. You will end up in the jail, yo. Whole lot of mercy.
Surprise, motherfucker.
There he is, bro. Coming out of your fridge when you went to rummage through the fridge after midnight.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh, shit. RFK's here, y'all. 6 for the price of 1. Oh, look, here he is. Beast mode. Beast mode. You know why people use this meme? It's like the worst dance ever. You should do the Michael Jackson. Let's go, RFK. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. Minutes before the vote, Democratic leader Senator Schumer decries the fact that RFK wasn't a pharmaceutical or insurance company executive, a criminal, as former leaders were. Lot of mercy. Oh my lord. Mate, it's a critically good day. What else can I say? What else can I say, y'all? So there you go. The deep state's been in control all along. There's a shadow government that's been stealing your money and laundering it all over the world at the expense of the economy and national security. Who fucking knew? Well, now you know, bro. Whole lot of mercy. It's getting wild and crazy. It's getting wild and crazy.
Victoria Rockwell says, yeah right, carpet munchers never look that good. Milkitia says, join the Olchi Club Mayo. Chris Campbell says, I think Trump has taken more questions in this term already than 4 years of sleep Biden. Brad W says, we're all coming.
We're coming. Ah, yes, we're coming. Man, it feels so good. I'm not sure I can handle all this crazy ass news. Man, there's a shitload more news. But I'll be back with that as soon as possible. I'll try to come again tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed that. If you enjoyed it, please consider donating. Shout out to Lan Tran, who donated $100 for the cause.
It's Chucky who will reap the whirlwind.
Let's rock and roll, everyone. What a wonderful day. The news is... I've been bookmarking this shit, just sitting here, putting together hundreds of bookmarks, and then I loaded them all. They're not in any order, and it's just... I don't know how many of them there were. It's nearly physically impossible to organize, so I just thought I'll give you just a random...
Campbell says another fun
random like train of thought about what's going on right now, because you got to know. Thank you, everyone. Dark Souls 3... Might have to hit that tomorrow. Alright, everyone. Much love. Take care. Good night. And let's keep on winning, because we never get tired of it. We never get tired of it. Good night, everyone. Cheers.